Hi there.
But we're not even live. Now we're live. Now you can say it.
Hi there.
There you go. Now they'll actually hear you and appreciate you and love you and adore you, except this is my channel, so they hate you.
Yeah, I am kind of an intrusive presence, aren't I?
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you come into my house?
Just butting in. Hey, Cole.
Hey, what's up? Yep, we started. It started not with the bang, but with the newt. Because I typed in the chat.
Newt.
Yeah. Hello, LaRon Underwood. I don't pronounce things well, so, gomenasai.
Laren.
Something like that. Hey, Bubblegum Blower. Hey, Janae Highland.
This is a good crop we got here.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? It's a Monday night, and we're only 5 minutes late, so this ain't so bad to start off with. I love Sean Cameron Degrassi forever. Hello! I think I know where you stand. Okay, let me break into my wine.
Let me guess. Your favorite is Spinner.
Yeah. Obs. Laron, oh, that's how you say it? Cool. Hey, Ellie's here. What's up? It was 5 minutes when I was trying to press start, so I take it by 5. But yeah, being late is just kind of our thing. Bubblegum Blower says, me and my birds are watching this. I love birds. Well, not as much as cats. So, I guess I'm automatically against birds? Is that how it works?
I mean, you can be for something that hates birds without being necessarily anti-bird yourself. And by hates birds, I mean loves birds by their taste.
Yeah, so who's the real bird hater then? Not cats.
Not cats.
Yup. Okay,
Cole is made at his cat.
I was thinking about, like, okay, quick, say something witty about being made. I've got nothing. I woke up like an hour ago, okay? And, man. I don't have my poke. I was supposed to have a sushi roll with some, non-fishy stuff, and then I was supposed to have some bubble tea. I'm supposed to be drinking bubble tea right now, but I'm not, and it's a crime, and I'm mad, and I got Arby's instead, and, I don't really want Arby's, because, Arby's, it's meh compared to, Japanese food, man, just saying. That's my hot take.
It doesn't taste like your health bar is going up.
I don't care about my health bar. I just want something that tastes really good. And to me...
Yeah, but that's a particular kind of flavor. Like it feels invigorating.
You have a way different experience with these foods than I do.
I must.
Yeah. No. Arby's is like the Kardashians. Okay.
Brown and full of meat and cheese.
Yup. Well, hey, that's what my poke was supposed to be like today, but here we are. I also so bubble tea, like mango bubble tea is really, really good. Don't get lavender, because lavender was actually kind of disgusting. Mango, that's the shit. So, Laurent says, what kind of TV shows y'all watch? Y'all guys watch. If I could read. Well, obviously Degrassi.
Yeah.
These days I don't watch a lot of TV shows. I watch a lot more YouTube and just people making YouTube videos, ContraPoints Philosophy Tube, a lot of Lolita videos these days. But if we're still talking TV, I'd say anime. Just a lot of anime.
Yeah,
well,
lots and lots of anime.
Not as much as I'd like to because I don't have the time to dedicate towards anime. But yeah, Degrassi, anime, and some weird shit.
I recently, and by recently I mean when Willow was here, started watching The Good Place. The Good Place.
Yeah, speaking of which, Big Joel just released a video about it saying The Good Place doesn't make sense. I'd be interested in your take on it. I haven't watched it because I've not watched The Good Place.
Well, I'm only 2 seasons in. I'm starting the 3rd season, but I took a week break to do a lot of the work that I didn't do while we had company.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I also like, well, Pony, obviously, but that's not new and coming out.
Yeah, I haven't... I'm probably never going to catch up on Pony.
DC Superhero Girls, that's good.
You watch a lot more TV than I do.
Yeah, I do. I am still trying to make my way through the last of come on, what's that? The Defenders series. So like everybody who was in Marvel's The Defenders, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, all of that. Yeah, that's kind of all together in one giant block.
Shots fired from Ellie. Good Place is super overhyped.
I have seen no hype because I don't exist in places where people talk about fucking television.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't go to where they talk about television, so my only exposure to television is the welcome screen on Netflix.
Yeah, basically. Janae says, I'm on season 6 of Degrassi, but watched 7, 8, and 9 already, but want to start from the beginning. I get you. That's like, I started from season 10 and just worked my way through, I think, to like season 12 or 13 until I was like, you know what? Let's look into more Degrassi.
Hey, you know what we should definitely pivot to?
What?
Is talking to people in Discord.
I mean, we could do both, but I'm like, part of my concern is that it's just more natural for people to be on YouTube and talking through the YouTube.
Right, but my core reason is trying to like onboard people to your content stream where they can actually see all the things you do.
Yeah,
and
but
the best way to force them to do that is to make them be on Discord.
I also wonder though if them being on Discord, like actually, if people who are on Discord actually pay attention to the content stream.
Yeah, let's jump down to voice text, yeah?
Oh, yeah. I was trying to figure out where to be, and I just assumed that one, but okay. All right, we're also going to be reading the voice text channel, I guess, prioritizing that chat, I guess.
If they can't see the name of the channel, they won't go to it.
Well, like, I don't want it to take up all the screen.
There we go. Let's get back to Brave. And there we are.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Okay. I like Maya Matlin. I don't know why, though. I like Maya Matlin, too. She's not nearly as bad as everyone thinks. She's not my favorite character. Well, yeah, everyone shits on Maya for basically being someone with mental illness without, criticizing her for, in those terms, but that's basically what they're saying. Oh, she's anxious and, feels the need to get into everyone's business, so she's bad. And it's you don't understand her character then. That's not a poorly written character. You just don't like her as a person, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You're existing in a place where people talk about TV right now, Ellie says.
Yeah, but,
not
it's not regular exposure. It's not hey, check out this new latest show. Or, I don't even see memes of this stuff anymore because my consumption of memes has gone way, way down.
We're, dipping our toes into, conventional society and then pulling them back out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Where's Willow? Willow is stayed away.
Yep.
Willow had to go home.
Willow is states away.
Unfortunately. One day, maybe, we'll be in, the same town, but
yeah.
Maybe one day.
I would like the consistent company would be cool. So we should totally live in the same place. Maybe, expand the doors of the arch.
Chloe says, hello, stream. Join our Discord or I'll take your toes. And you don't want to lose your toes, otherwise you won't be able to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just keep that in mind, guys. Just keep that in mind.
Vaguely remember that if you want to talk to us, we will prioritize what's in the Discord.
Yep. Random person says hello. Hey, what's up?
Hey, random person. You should get into our Discord.
Yeah, apparently we're posting in here now. Ellie says, yeah, apparently now, yeah. Let's see. Long live Campbell Saunders. Message redacted, but they posted underneath. First of all, hello, Jacob Elo. Tomorrow, hopefully, maybe, your video should be out. It's, production issues. So my videos keep coming out late because I'm basically trying to retrofit my previous schedule onto my new day job schedule, and it's not working out. And I'd be like, okay, well, let's troubleshoot this and change it up. Well, for not this week, but the week after next, and then the week after that, like, my schedule's changing again. So until I can have a consistent schedule, I won't really be able to do a lot of troubleshooting. So we're just playing around.
Mm-hmm. Just kind of going with everything. Hey, notable fan of the show, Alfgist is here.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Nina Bonnet says, hello, I'm a weeb. Cool.
Hey, what's up? Like, we're weebs too, so you're in good company.
Yeah.
Long Live Campbell Saunders says, I wish Maya and Cam ended up together. Honestly, I don't think they were in the game. I think they're a good, like, regardless of what happened with Cam, I think they're only, like, you know, like, early high school couple. That's just the sense that I got. They never really were quite on the same page. Scoop says...
Scoops probably doesn't realize that we're streaming. Because he doesn't follow any of us. I'll message him.
Okay, yeah, you do that right now. Let's see. I hate when people say Maya's annoying. Same here, Lauren. Like, that's why I made an entire video about it, because most of the hate I see Maya get is unfounded and just people being annoying. Like, people hating on Maya just cause she's in a lot of episodes, and, like, that is the most bullshit reason I've ever heard. No. And no. Let's see. Starkill says, shit, I'm late. Oh, don't worry. I'm late to my own stream all the time.
We were too.
Yeah, you're in good company. Or do you prefer not a vampire? Jacob Billo says. I'm fine with either. Like, vamp is typically how I prefer it to be.
Just because I said it so many times?
I mean, it does have a ring to it. It's better than, like, Nav or Envy or Navi.
Just calling out all of my alternate suggested names.
Yeah, because you're the only one who suggested, like, shorter things. And, like, Vamp just sounds a lot better, even though, like, it doesn't quite make sense. It's just the best alternative. So
it's explicitly what your name is saying, that you are not.
Yeah, so Vamp or not a vampire is the way to go.
But I like Envy. Envy is cool.
But that doesn't fit me or the character that I apparently play.
Or Nav. Nav also works.
Yeah. Hard question. I don't think I saw that. Let's see. Do you guys speak any other languages? Not really. I can read hiragana, like, for the most part. I'm still shaky on it, and I'd like to learn Japanese, and I'd also like to learn French, although I don't know how much I really want to learn French, because the whole gendered thing is so bullshit, even more bullshit than it is in, like, English, so, like, no thank you, man. But I would like to learn Japanese. Unfortunately, I don't know it.
Haha, cuck. Didn't you know tables are girls?
Or houses are girls, and ugh.
Yeah, so
do you know any language?
No, I can read Russian letters, but I can't read Russian, the language.
Yeah, like with me in hiragana.
Yep,
like,
exactly.
I
can use Russian to write English. That's as much as I can do.
Right? Bullshit is as bullshit does. Yeah.
And runes. I can also read runes.
Autistic Goldar, hello! Welcome to the stream. When did you first get into Degrassi? I got into Degrassi sometime shortly after the Degrassi Goes Hollywood movie aired, cause they were showing reruns of it a lot on TV, and I found it because I happened to be house sitting at my aunt's. I think that it must have been in 2013 or something, because I think I was 2013, what am I saying? 2009, because I was about to go into high school. And then, so I watched the movie, not really understanding what was going on or who these people were. And then afterwards, my best friend throughout most of high school introduced me to Degrassi, in season 10, and I just got hooked. Addicted. Scoops is too busy for his stream, but that's okay. It's a farmer doggo. Thoughts on Tristan. Everyone also, do y'all watch The Vampire Diaries? I don't watch The Vampire Diaries. I probably should have given it a try at least once a long time ago, but, well, I didn't have TV a long time ago either, or the ability to watch it. And now that I have the ability to kind of watch it, I'm not really interested, so,
I don't have high hopes for the writing quality, you know?
Yeah, me neither. It's like, the girl who played Mia is in it, so it's like, oh, Degrassi stuff, but, like, I'm not expecting it to be, like, the same as my love for Degrassi.
It comes from the same era that, like...
It's from the CW. And
it's a CW show. It is a CW show.
Yeah.
It's like Charmed and everything else
Riverdale.
they've ever made because they're all the same.
Yeah. Thoughts on Tristan? He was fine, and then he got really bad, and then he just stopped being bad. Which is, honestly, very realistic. So,
How many people do you know who have actually stopped being bad, though? Like, I agree that he took a realistic trajectory to being less shit, but, like...
I've known a couple people to just stop being bad. Like, not even, had a massive revelation, but just sort of, like, background ended up just stop being the worst. Like, still flawed, but, just stop being an asshole somehow. Like, not really of their own volition.
Gotcha.
Do you have a dream city or country you want to live in someday? Or you go Chicago? I don't live in Chicago anymore. Like, Chicago has a special place in my heart because, it's the big city that I grew up with. Like, if you're going somewhere really special, you're going an hour and a half away down to Chicago. I don't think I want to live there anymore just because, I don't know, I'm kind of tired of the United States, to be honest. Like, but I don't know where else I'd go. Like, it'd be cool to go to maybe, like, New Zealand, but one, they probably wouldn't want me. Two, they're, like, 2 islands, so, like, when global warming really, really hits, like, they're gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
I want to go to Japan, but it's like, I don't know if I will really agree with their culture.
And, there's still their entire country is going to be underwater in, like, 20 years.
I mean, yeah, that too. And other than that, it's like, I don't know where else I'd really go. I fantasize about going other places like Canada and stuff, but it's like, everywhere I think about is bad in some way. And I don't know if I can really handle that. I just want somewhere to be good. And I'm tired of finding out how all these places and things are not good.
I mean, you want to start a commune?
I mean, even if you're in a commune, you still have to live in a country and deal with all this bullshit. I mean, sovereign citizens are only in name.
Yeah, but, like, you can have a lot more freedom than you might expect.
I mean, maybe, but...
Let's start a cult. I mean, it worked for Jared Leto.
Oof.
Ellie says Charmed is a fantastic show, and his writing is very good, though I have no reason to say otherwise. I do.
Oh, really? I've not seen a lick of it.
Obscurus Lupa had an entire show dedicated to just dumping on Charmed endlessly.
Oh, I love it.
And I watched it a lot.
I love it. The best Tristan to me was season 3 of Next Class. Oh, shots fired. Ouch. You don't know, but season 3 of Next Class is when Tristan's in a coma. Nina Bonnet is learning Japanese. Cool. You're doing a lot better than I am, because like learning the script with learning hiragana was very easy for me. It took some dedication. Learning the vocabulary, that's gonna be a shit show.
Well, there's an episode of What I've Learned that talks about how to accelerate that process.
I mean, yeah. Learning the vocabulary in kanji is going to be terrible. I imagine katakana won't be that much worse than hiragana.
There was something that I saw on, like, Numberphile, like, years ago that's, like, if you learn the, like, 100 to 200 most common words, and therefore also kanji, you can just get by in a country, and then you'll be able to function from there.
Yeah. Ellie says, I don't know or care who that is, but where is season 8, the show with millions of dollars per episode?
Yeah,
Where's their 8 seasons of the show of show with millions of dollars per episode?
That's like people spend lots of money making very, very dumb, bad things, and like I am very willing to just forgive the show for those dumb, bad things until somebody points it out, and then I can never unsee it. That's my pattern with basically every show. Like, oh man, this show is great, and somebody's like, but it isn't though because of those things. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, why didn't I see that before?
Yeah, I've had that a couple times, and it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Oh, the Lost King's here. Hey, what's up? It gets easier to learn language once you've been immersed. Yeah, and like, I just need to stop well, it's not really quite stop having a day job, and actually, as I think about it, what I do during one of my shifts is going to change drastically now, and so that might be a good time to learn katakana. So, yeah, we'll see about that.
Nina Bonnet, where are you out of? Where are you currently watching us from?
Let's see, let's see.
Also the Lost King is here. Hey, friend of the show, the
I
Lost King.
I fucking said that!
Yeah, I know.
Fucking said that.
But I didn't say it. And
I
now
don't
that I've said
care.
it, it's real.
Bubblegum Blower says, Tristan, as not a vampire once said, was an abusive friend. And damn right he was. Yeah. Random person, if you're looking for a year, you probably got into Degrassi around 2009. Yeah, that sounds about right, because I remember I was house sitting, like, the summer before high school, so that would have been it.
Now I'm causing drama just by existing, says the Lost King. It's not that bad.
No. Don't take this upon yourself. Don't bear this cross. Shove it at Tarbuck, because he's the one who deserves it.
You're just the hammer that I'm using to bludgeon everyone with.
Exactly. Anyone who's new, yeah, we fight like an old married couple sometimes, especially on streams.
To be fair, I'm like that to everyone.
The Supreme King, hello. Do you have siblings? Yeah, I've got siblings for days, man. Dead or alive, just take your pick. Like I've got let's see, I've got one dead sibling, and 6. Is it 6? No. I've got 5 living siblings. Yeah, I come from a big family of people who come from big families.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you want to comment on siblings or no?
My siblings are a big mystery.
Yeah, well, and complicated, so...
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess. If you want to learn more about my family tree, you should watch all of the Arch plays, where I vaguely reference a couple of them sometimes, maybe.
Okay, who isn't tired of American in this state? Yeah.
While making this face. I made this face. That's what happened. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, right, who isn't tired of America? Maybe Canada, like, they've got their own problems, and I don't want to idolize any place, and I don't want to get my hopes up, because they're inevitably going to be, like, shot down.
Well, I don't know that too many other places that are America equivalent in quality of living or technology are so consistently the bad guy in other people's history.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
Who else even comes close?
Britain.
Britain.
Britain, Japan.
Japan.
Yeah, Japan seems all cuddly, but, that's not what it was, like, 60, 70 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Japan is that, guy who was really toxically alt-right and misogynist and everything guy who just, stopped talking about all of that part of his personality and just wants you to move on, but also when you bring it up doesn't address it or even acknowledge that it even happened.
Yeah, exactly.
What are you talking about? I don't know anything of what you're trying to say there.
And kind of gets salty when you call him out on his bullshit.
Listen, you're talking about ancient history that also never happened.
Yeah. Lost King says, I'm looking forward to spending some time in Germany. Great Britain is as villainous as the USA. Yes. And I'd love to go to, the United Kingdom and all, but I don't like the surveillance there.
Yes. Britain is a surveillance state. It seems like Germany has turned things in a really good direction and
it
are
has,
good guys.
it has, but there's like an alt-right political party, like, fighting for dominance there.
Yeah, but who doesn't have one of those these days?
I know, right? Hey, Vam, gonna get you demonetized. Please don't get me demonetized, cause you get demonetized enough, and they just blacklist you on YouTube. So please don't do that.
That was me, by the way. I just deleted that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, because no one else...
They can see it, yeah.
You can see it on stream, but do you know there's more cameras per square feet in New York than in Beijing? That is fucking ridiculous, and I hate it.
I'm still struck by the game theory episode about watch_dogs. Do you remember that?
No, I don't watch Game Theory.
Basically, everything about the surveillance state that was published to be taking place in the far future in watch_dogs, by the time the game was complete, was already the truth. And worse.
Hey, Mitzvah! I see you here. Okay, so I'm noticing I'm having trouble keeping track of both chats. Basically, I only can do one.
Gotcha. Well, I pay attention to this one whenever it moves, and whenever I'm not looking at this one is when I look over here.
Okay. Alright. I'm actually friends with Matthew Patrick. I don't really bring that up very often in YouTube servers. Who's Matthew Patrick?
Matt Pat?
What?
The Matt Pat?
Matt Pat?
Matt Pat strikes me as an incredibly earnest person. Like, I watched a couple of streams of his, and it really made me love the guy.
Yeah, he seemed like a pretty base dude.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't agree with all of his decision making. Like, I watched his playthrough of Life is Strange, and what he gave as his reasons for making the decisions that they made didn't gel with me exactly, but he definitely wants good things for the world and wants to be consistent about that. So even if we don't have the same rubric of decision making, I still acknowledge the guy as a good guy, and I think he's really cool.
Yeah, Nina Dobrev, who played me on Degrassi's in it, but The Vampire Diaries, you really get to see her acting skills. She plays 4 characters. Oh, damn. Okay. Maybe I'll look into it just for that fact, but that's great. Nina Bonnet says, it's 1 a.m. I want to sleep, but no. Oh, yeah, I get you. You must be in the UK or in somewhere around that time zone then.
Why are we here just to suffer?
Yeah, I would.
Says Nina Bonnet.
What?
Nina Bonnet said that further down, and I was just singing it instead of reading it out.
I see. I'd like to change the times of the streams, but someday. Do we have to talk about a specific topic? No, I had a thing a thing that we'll lean on if the questions dry up, but for right now, just ask away, bro.
Oh, man. When Matt Pat on Screw Attack, man, that was forever ago. Yeah, let's see.
Okay,
I'm not joking. He's a sweetheart, though ever since he and Stephanie had their kid, I don't really talk to him quite as much anymore. Parents and all that.
Yeah, once you become a parent, that's your full-time job.
You don't really have time to yourself again until they're 11.
Jacob Elo says, what would you say was the best thing that's ever happened in your life? I don't know.
That seems like a hard question.
It is. I guess moving out of my parents' house, because that was such a toxic and oppressive place, and I've grown a lot. I'm not as good as I could be. I've got a lot of healing to do, especially from that period in my life, but yet moving out of my parents' house was definitely the best thing to happen to me. Do you watch Dead Meat? I've never even heard of it. Here, I'm gonna adjust this because I want to be able to click into here without fucking things up. Okay, cool. I just try to go into Mystery Science Theater 3000 mode if I ever see something in a movie or show that distracts me. Oh, I get you. I go into that kind of riff phase whenever I'm starting to hate watch something. Like if it gets so bad where I'm just cross a line of like, okay, now I'm just bullying this piece of media, then I just start becoming like that. Yeah.
Oh, I go all in on that kind of stuff. I love that kind of thing. Like riffing on something. I got really into it back in like the Spoonie era of my life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And boy, that's fun. Do you remember one of the first times that we ever did anything in the greater world? The intention was for us to like go to a showing of the fourth Transformers movie and dump on it, and halfway through, just the terribleness of that movie was just exhausting, and it stopped being fun.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
The only Transformers movie I watched.
You're not missing anything. All right. Have you ever seen Dead Meat?
Yeah, I already answered that, and I said no. I've never even heard of it. Favorite piece of media?
Degrassi.
I mean, ish. Like, I mean.
All right, choose by medium. So like serial television.
Serial television, Degrassi, obviously. Musical. It's hard, but my first thought, without like having to think about it too deeply, is Camelot. Favorite movie? Peter Pan. No.
Oh, I have to interrupt real quick. Trinket Mage says the right answer to the question, "What's the best thing that happened to you?" was meeting Tarbuck. I mean, it's all a rich tapestry.
I mean,
meeting me led to you leaving your parents' place and moving into the archway.
Yeah, that's so.
Yeah.
I have tons of Degrassi clips on my phone, and that makes me get feels, and the whole series helps me throughout life. I dated a closeted guy, and when everyone found out, they made fun of me, but no one made fun of the closeted guy, just me. That scenario I had reminded me of the whole Manny and Craig storyline, where everyone blamed Manny, not Craig. Yeah. That's
People
unfortunate,
suck.
dude. Yeah.
Like as much as I want to criticize that storyline, obviously your lived experience shows that people just fucking suck, and that is accurate to life.
Well, yeah. Yeah, fuck people. Like, am I right? I mean, not if you're ace, so you can, just harshly dislike them still.
Yeah.
Friend got married today, so it's sort of a joke, and I was the priest. Tarbuck is cool. I'm watching a stream on my TV. Cool.
All right, see ya.
Oh, see ya. Some of us here have wives, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
If only I could be so lucky. I'm honest, like, I'm realizing how gay I am. So I'm on this, place for ace people, and I see a guy, or, like, a masculine person, like, and I see someone who's feminine is like, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Degrassi, the Pepsi generation. What? Hello, Colin, George, Bab. What's up? You deserve 5 million subs. Man, I fucking wish. Like, I can quit my day job and actually do the shit that I want to do. Like making videos and actually, I can watch things for once. I can fucking watch things and I can pursue all the things I want to do in life.
At 5 mil, we could probably go big on like a camera or something like that.
We could probably purchase our own camera. At 5 mil. Oh my fucking lord.
You know, yeah. I say that, but I'm thinking of like the Vic and Hope level camera.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like $15,000.
Yeah, Cole's got it right, guys. Support me on Patreon, and, I'll be able to give you more of the shit that you like, or hopefully you like. I mean, why are you here if you don't like my shit?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could ask, what is your day job? I work at a hotel. No position. Well, I move into front desk, but basically I've done everything except for maintenance and management. So, yeah. Let's see. Why are we here? Just to suffer? Oh, yeah, you already said that. So watching Degrassi Goes Hollywood, after watching Degrassi Goes Hollywood, did you start with season 1 or season 10? I went right into season 10 and just kind of continued. Because, okay, yeah, I went into season 10, but then I also was like trying to find any sort of Degrassi media because I wanted to just consume Degrassi media. And the only thing they had at the library, which was my primary and only source of things, was the Degrassi High box set. So I watched all of Degrassi High, obviously knowing, getting the strong feeling that obviously there's other like Degrassi around this, but I can't find it, so I guess I'm never going to watch it. And then I think a couple of years later, I think after I got out of high school, then I actually was able to go back and watch all of TNG and then eventually all of Degrassi Junior High.
Alkagist says, what other TV shows do you follow outside of Degrassi and anime? Excluding anime.
Well,
oh boy, that's
there was Steven Universe, but not anymore.
Yeah, that's over now.
Like I don't follow any other TV show now. Like
it is very hard getting you to watch anything.
Well, yeah, because, like, on top of having no time to watch things, I also just, like, if I don't immediately want to watch something, I'm not going to do it. And that's why A Sense of Bookworm is so special to me, because I always am down to watch it. I love it so much. And I fucking need more. How the hell do we have 22 viewers? 23.
Because I dropped the link in the Anlocast, and
what the fuck, man?
What?
I don't know, it's your people coming into my house, and I'm all like, I didn't have enough chips.
I mean, it's not like I literally dropped the link. I was like, hey, who wants to see a link of me streaming something? And by the time I looked back to see what was happening, somebody else, one of my other bros, had posted the link. And
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I guess I am popular.
Favorite show for me, favorite non-anime. Let's restrict it to non-anime. Well, of the things that I've seen recently, I Am Not Okay With This is pretty fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on Netflix, and I kind of want to look into it.
Yeah, it was season 1 is really good.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it's good, and the main character, the main girl character, looks really based.
Watch Sabrina, it's so good. Press X to doubt.
Shifting Shadow says, needs more vampires. Exactly. Anyone who can turn me into vampire, my DMs are open, just saying. Let's see, where are we?
Let's see.
What's your...
I'm going to jump down a little bit, but Trinket Mage says, slightly political, sorry, but do you think it's right to it's the right call to cancel Jenna Marbles for her King Kong Ding Dong rap?
So my understanding of the Jenna Marbles thing is that she recognized that she's racist or that she's put out racist things, and she canceled herself. I think all the canceling that needs to be done has already been done. It's not a big, it's not, no one's canceling Jenna Marbles. Like, she's the only one canceling herself, and you know what? She has the right to do that. Like, she has the right to remove her stuff and her stuff from the internet if she wants to. If she feels like, okay, I'm creating bad in this world and I want it gone, like, I want to remove my content because I think it's bad, then that's her right. And I don't think there's anything more that needs to be said. She's trying to learn from her past mistakes, so let it be.
Gotcha. Oh, looking over at the chat, this message right here is not showing up for me.
Oh.
So it got censored, so I'm glad that we have this open.
Yeah,
yes.
Nina Bonnet says, do y'all support LGBT and BLM? Yeah.
Hard
yeah,
yes.
We do. Yeah.
Black
is
Lives
there
Matter,
any question?
trans rights.
Yeah. Yeah. Trans rights are human rights. Being LGBT queerness, that is not a lifestyle. Black Lives Matter. Anyone who says otherwise or adds a but to that needs to get out of my fucking house.
Yeah. Let's see. Ellie says Jenna Marbles is a bigot, so she deserved it. The way that the story was conveyed to me by the person who called my attention to this is that she had a couple videos that she had years ago unlisted or deleted or something like that, removed from public consumption. And then also saw other people around the internet recently saying Jenna Marbles is my unproblematic fave, and she's like, everybody's problematic, bro. Here's an example of some stuff that I've removed from circulation that is a bad thing that I did. Nobody's not problematic, and then she left the internet for a couple months.
Yeah, I don't know anything like outside of the stuff that I explained. I don't even know who the fuck Jenna Marbles is. I've never seen...
She's a makeup YouTuber, I think.
Okay, yeah, I've never even seen any of her stuff, so...
This also isn't the first time that she's left the internet, as I understand it.
Oh, really? I don't know.
Yeah, like, she took, like, a 3-year break at some point. I only hear about any of this stuff because people tell me about it.
Yeah, I hear about it only because, like, either, like, Cat Black or, like, other people I follow are talking about it. And even then, like, they're not, like, Cat Black isn't a drama YouTuber. She just ends up, like, discussing drama, to discuss other stuff about it. Let's see. Black Prince new music video dropped and it's fire. I've never even heard of them. I only heard about it because of trending. Yeah. Like, I'm not following the whole Shane thing. I'm not following it, but, like, people in my orbit are talking about it, so...
Dawson's Creek?
No. Shane Dawson.
Up Shane Dawson's Creek without a paddle.
More like up Shane Dawson's Creek with a pedophile, but...
Yeah.
Getting my GF this lovely dice set for her birthday. Oh, well, you should talk to Tara about dice.
Post your dice.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, that is beautiful. I love it.
That's exactly what I wanted.
That's what I would like too, yeah. Okay, I need to look at this because there's a shit ton of
There's
stuff.
so much stuff.
Yeah. Okay,
but
what's...
this is why we said we prioritize the Discord. Follow the Discord invite link in the description to actually have your stuff read in a timely fashion.
Yeah. Mitzvah says a while ago, what's your opinion on Darcy since she's the older sister of your favorite character? Darcy, pretty cool. Not exactly the best person as a person, but, you know, I really enjoy her character and how interesting and developed she is. Like, I enjoyed watching her. Good character. What's an apt description of Japan? Says Colin George Babb. Basically, collectivist and politeness.
Collectivist is kind of.
Like,
I mean,
like they're way more into for the good of society. Like, you don't like
they're still liberal as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, depends on which area you're talking about, because like women's rights and like LGBT rights and like those aren't as far as they can be, and xenophobia is a bit of a problem.
Yeah,
and they've also got a lot of like their own historical baggage, as we were talking about earlier, to deal with, and they're not quite all dealing with it in the best way possible.
There was yeah, I guess liberal as fuck is still not.
Oh, and also their police will target foreigners.
Totally, naturally.
Yeah. So
that's what police do. That is their function. Is to like be oppressive.
Yeah, but like they're also like, you know, a very polite society. Mm-hmm. Like to the point where you won't really be able to get someone to like openly like full on like criticize you. Like they'll like beat around the bush when they're trying to do it.
Cole, let's go with no for now. If you're gonna post anything like that, it should be a meme and such.
Yeah. Whole lot crazy. Hello! Hey, what's up? Vamp, let's play Animal Crossing on stream. I do want to do that. The thing, like,
we need the hardware.
Yeah, we need the hardware so then I can project it, because I want to show people it. Like, it'd be great. Animal Crossing is life. Yeah. That's adorable.
Cole, I agree with the sentiment, but, like, you've pushed it a bit. Dial that back a bit. Yeah.
Let's see.
Anyway, you were saying.
Shifting Shadow says, "Oh, I'm Eddie L on YouTube. I think I posted a story to you in a vid comment. I can't remember. My memory sucks, and also I get a lot of comments. I get a lot of comments. But unfortunately, I do not remember.
Jacob Bilo, way at the bottom of the live chat, says, would you bring a third member on to do voice-to-voice conversations like these for the live streams if it helps you read the comments, since if your channel grows substantially in the future? That's kind of already what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's the whole reason Tarbuck is here, to be honest. Like, one, to have someone to bounce off of, and two, to keep track of the chat when I'm playing video games. When I get bigger, unfortunately, I just won't be able to keep up with all the chat. We'd have to, like, do something like Discord chat, or, like, focus mainly on, super chats or something. Because I've seen what big people have to do with their chats, and there's no fucking way I can keep up with it.
Yeah, it moves at miles, at the rate of miles. That's kind of the point of having the Discord as a chat.
Yeah.
Because it creates an extra little barrier of entry. And the people who really care will be posting there.
Yeah.
That's right. We know you really care about us if you're posting on Discord.
Mitzvah says, you guys are knowledgeable on countries. It's cool. I'm only knowledgeable on a couple of countries. I'm more knowledgeable about Japan because I keep watching Japan-related content because I can't help it. I really want to go there one day, and I do have a fantasy about moving there, even though, like, I also need to remind myself, like, I probably won't like it there. Like, just the culture. Also, pay your debts. Yep, Tom Nook, forever alone. my boss is into Animal Crossing too, and, like, she dropped that one. Okay, what's your favorite food? I think sushi. Like a good Philadelphia roll. That's what I like. What's yours?
Favorite food? Alright. It's pretty basic, but pizza.
Yeah.
I think my running record for number of days eating only pizza in a row is like 13.
Yeah. Yeah, you're huge into pizza.
I'm a pizza boy.
Mitzvah says, do you think they'll be prejudiced towards you? For me personally, I'm sure, like, some Japanese folks would be prejudiced towards me because I'm female presenting. And, there are Japanese, apartment complexes that just won't rent to foreigners. Not necessarily because of xenophobia or anything like that, but more because, like, the concern is that, a foreigner will rent an apartment and then just up and leave the country.
They say you are what you eat, and that's why people tell me that I'm a real pizza work.
Oh, shit. They definitely would be less prejudiced towards, like, someone like Tarbuck and I because we're white. We're not, Japanese people can be rather prejudiced towards other Asian people, especially, Southeast Asian folk.
I'm working on my recipe book right now as I listen to the stream. Cool. Yeah, I do that too a whole lot crazy. I listen to the stream and then, like, do other things. Let me see. So, thoughts on how Degrassi can come back story-wise after the end of next class?
I'd say just pick up with the old cast, like the TNG cast or, like, some old class at some point in their lives and, like, basically do what they did to bridge the TNG from the Degrassi High days. That'd be my first thought. I mean, maybe they can do something else, but, like, that seems to be what a lot of fans want. But how would they know that that they're another Asian?
Same reason that, like, different tribes in Africa, like, have, like, tribal rivalries on site. Like, there are other features besides, like, the basemost features that delineate a race. That, a cousin of mine was in Uzbekistan and was, like, suddenly really privileged because he looks Russian, even though he isn't. He has no Russian descent whatsoever, but he looks Russian. And if you've got the look, that's enough, and you go far.
Alpha just asks, what do you think was more cringe? Coast Carson and Casey or something else? Tristan and Yates, entirely cringe.
Let's see. Cole asked a question and Ellie answered it for me. Let's go back to the YouTube chat.
Okay, let's see. My Bidgie is playing for the first time. Is her second day in a new home. Aww. Oh, Budgie. That's adorable. What is your Budgie? Like what kind of pet is it?
It's a budgie is a budgerigar. It's a kind of bird, I think.
Okay, cool. Are there any questions you consider too personal or too intrusive, besides one related to anything related to sexuality? So, I'm okay with answering questions about sexuality.
What's your dick size?
0 inches. I'm okay with answering questions about sexuality, especially because asexuality is not understood. Like, when it crosses a line, is more like who are your sexual partners, or like how often do you have sex? Like, that's okay-ish. Like, it's starting to really cross a line. Like, basically when it gets into really personal information, like what hotel do you work at, where do you live,
how can you give me like when you would be most vulnerable and a list of your fears?
Yeah, stuff kind of like that. And yeah, like, I know there's probably more stuff that I wouldn't be okay being asked. I'll say if I don't want to answer things. So, yeah, that's the best that I can pull together at this moment. Thank you for asking. Well, I think you're doing great on your journey thus far. Thank you. The answer to the question, what's the best thing that's happened to you, Swinging Tarbuck? Yeah, watch that. You don't watch Dead Meat. Bubblegum Blower says. Yeah, I've never even heard of it. What the fuck is Dead Meat? There's a saying that once you've found the humor in a situation, you've won. I don't know how true that is, but maybe I'll get back to you on that.
Comedy is tragedy sped up.
Yeah. Laurent says,
That's why I talk so fast.
Am I the only one who wants Zoe and Grace to be endgame? I mean, they were cute together, but I way more appreciate the story that they did end up telling with how it went. Like, I will defend how Grace and Zoe ended up to the death. And no, it was not queerbaiting. It's a horror YouTube channel that counts kills in horror movies and has a podcast with his fiance. And they're so cute. Oh, okie dokie.
Vic and Hope really got me on tuned into the fact that the primary consumer of horror media tends to be women, but they don't get credit for it.
I see.
Yeah. And that's why Netflix, as soon as Netflix dug into their analytics and realized that was the case, they started churning out 30 horror movies that are all women targeted. Huh. And that's why they picked up the Babadook so fast, is because when they realized it a lot sooner than they could make anything, you know?
Okay. Do y'all think Riverdale is trash? I've never seen it, but I've seen stuff about it, and the one clip I have seen was utter trash. So yes, it is disgusting trash. Yeah. Well, I always had a fantasy of recording us hate watching Riverdale, but I don't think I even want to do that at this point. Riverdale is trash and doesn't deserve my attention.
That would be a nice patron bonus feature or something like that.
Fund me to this point and I'll hate watch Riverdale for you.
Yeah, where we do a deep sitting where we just download the first season of the show and then just start watching it and see how far we can get.
That is an interesting thing. If people are really interested in it, remind me after the stream, and I'll work it into the Patreon somehow.
Let's see. My sister hates the Bayformers movies with a passion, except for Bumblebee, though it's not from Michael Bay as a director. Well, that's probably why. Eddie L., the only Transform movie is the animated one. Let's see, you already said that one. I've watched every Degrassi except for the late 70s one. Yeah, basically same here. I need to watch Kids of Degrassi Street still. Do you know of Max Durat? He hosts a channel on YouTube, runs a live stream show called Differently Wired to discuss autism disabilities and autism/disabilities, and has a Discord server with game playthroughs to join. I've I've never heard of him. Sounds pretty cool, though. Yeah, 25 viewers at that point. Consider that, at one point, consider that my milestone. Yeah, I see 25 right here, and it's like, how did we get to this point? How did this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run.
Whole lot of crazy says Riverdale is nothing like the comics, and it makes me mad.
Yep.
And people who probably don't realize it unless they've read the comics, like I did. This is one of the only things that I will give credit to Jeff Thu from Mother's Basement for.
Yeah.
Is his like shitting on video for Riverdale is excellent.
It was actually good. He actually made something good.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Because I'm so famous. Referencing stuff you don't know.
Gotcha.
Alpha just says, why does it seem that more than a few characters on Degrassi had some form of mental illness? Well, because a lot of people have mental illness. Like, it's not that uncommon as people make it seem. Like, faking normalcy is normal. Mm-hmm. Like, everyone's got their own shit, and a lot of people do end up, like, their shit ends up crossing into the lines of mental illness in some way. Like, most people are going to have some form of mental illness at some point in their life, whether it be a mood disorder, anxiety disorder, personality disorder, something like that. It's way more common than media and people try to depict it as, because no one wants to be honest and say, I'm fucked up in a way that negatively impacts my life and prevents me from operating in a normal fashion. No one wants to come out and say that, because that's a special level of vulnerability, and because that saying that gets you labeled as crazy, because the common perception of mental illness is you have to be crazy to need someone like a therapist or some sort of psychological or like a like behavioral intervention. No one wants to like come out and say that. So like we all pretend that everything's okay, because if everything just looks okay, then no one needs to know. Well, that went far.
Yes, that was a good one.
Read the comics and loved them. Love saying Tarbuck. Love that saying Tarbuck.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Yeah.
Is the favorite saying. However, a clock that is just set wrong will never be right. Have a look at people on the right.
Yeah.
I'm making unnecessary enemies.
Well, hey, like, I mean, I'm like, look at my Twitter. I am so fucking left right now. There is no right.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm so fucking left right now. Like
I don't
everything.
know which way.
Everything else is right.
I don't know. I'm so far left. I don't know which way is up anymore.
Yeah. Emma does not have a mental disorder. She had an eating disorder. Trust me, there's a big difference. Yeah, I didn't catch that. So yeah. Ashley didn't have a mental disorder. She had bad writing. Ouch. Okay, Ashley didn't have a mental disorder or disorder, really. Well, she had depression. She did have depression, I would say. Like towards the end of season, like basically after breaking up with Craig, she was experiencing depression. It was background depression, but it was depression nonetheless. And she was not poorly written. I'll fight you on that. Yeah. Mental health is my worst enemy. Yeah. Emma and Ashley showed signs of depression, but not severe. Yeah, I'd agree. Depression is not mental illness. It is though.
Yeah.
Because so mental illness, as any psychologist or someone will describe to you, is like mental illness is when something is preventing you from being able to live a fulfilling life. Like, it is negatively impacting your ability to live and thrive. And depression is exactly that. That's what makes a disorder. That's why it's called a mood disorder, because it's a mood affect that prevents you from enjoying and living your life.
If it interferes with your life, it's like that's the thing that makes it a disorder. And like you could make all kinds of arguments about like, well, what does it mean that a doctor says it versus it just actually being the case, or definitions change over time and stuff like that. Like, it doesn't, That's getting away from the point.
Yeah, it is. Like, the point is, if it's negatively impacting and preventing you from living your life, then that is a disorder. And it is also a handicap. Like, I will fight you on this. Depression is a handicap. Like, look at how many videos I've put out in the past couple months. Like,
now, deep hot take, I think that it's a lot more manipulable than a lot of the other things that are called illnesses, disabilities, etc. Like, there's more that you can do about it because it's an acquirable state, and you can also, like, there's things that you can do to get out of it as well.
Well, like, I'd say yes, but only insofar as there's a lot of ways to get into depression and a lot of things that can cause depression. Excuse me, gosh. Like, for quite a bit of my life, my depression was caused by outside factors. And so taking me outside of those things that were causing it from the outside would basically cure it. But now I'm dealing with the part that doesn't get cured by my surroundings. Like the inner turmoil that causes depression. So it depends on what kind of depression basically you have. Sometimes it is like basically just taking you out of your current situation, changing up where you are in life. Other times it needs a little bit more than that.
So there's the common meme about depression is that like your brain just doesn't work and you need to go on chemicals. Like some kind of medication in order to function again. And I acknowledge that there's some fraction of people out there for whom that is true. Yeah. But I think it's way smaller than what people like make it out to be. Yeah. Like, have you considered that real life just is terrible?
Like, not just that, but also not CBD, like a cognitive behavioral therapy has shown to be rather effective with depression too, because like depression isn't just like chemicals, it's also like the thoughts in your head and how you frame things that happen to you. Basically, like the idea of cognitive behavioral therapy is being cognitive of your thoughts, recognizing what thoughts are coming into your head and kind of policing them, because when you're in depression state, like you're not exactly thinking and operating based on reality or in your own best interest. And so it's recognizing, wait, that's not how it actually is. My brain is just trying to sabotage me because I don't know. It just wants to, because our brains.
That's the pattern you're locked in.
Yeah, exactly.
And I go against the conventional wisdom here, in part because I'm sharing my experience, but also because I want to give people a sense of power back. Like, think about it this way. You could take a psychologically healthy person and just torture them until they become depressed. Like, psychologically mess with them for a very long time, put them in a hopeless, powerless situation for a really long time, constantly fill their life with failure, and just reinforce negative patterns, and eventually that person is going to fall down the funnel and be depressed. If you can put someone in that state, if there is a set of life conditions that changes your brain, and it does, then you can also change it out. It's not like it's permanent damage. You didn't lobotomize yourself.
Yeah, and I think the push to medicate depression, it's like
overzealous.
It's overzealous. Like, while people have benefited from medication, I think it goes along with our desire to just medicate out all health issues.
And like, and the medicalization of things like basic human experiences.
Yeah, like, basically, like things where you can, like, where it would be far more effective to talk through it. Well, talking through something takes a lot of fucking time and money, so here, just take a pill every day and call it good. Mm-hmm. When that's not the best thing to go about it.
Yeah, there's a couple episodes of What I've Learned that talk about this at length. Yeah. There might be dietary contributors, things like, do you know how they study depression in a lab? They inject you with inflammatories. Yeah. And the sudden influx of inflammation basically gives you depression. And a lot of the symptoms of being depression match up with a lot of the symptoms of being sick, which is also like the primary indicator for that being inflammation of some kind. And if you take a look at the things that cause inflammation, we're eating them constantly. So that, like, if you are predisposed to be more sensitive to that, that's going to make it way worse and way easier for you to fall off that mountain. Inflammation, like, oh boy. Like, you got some Googling ahead of you, bro.
Yeah.
Hit me up after the stream, and I will send you down a rabbit hole that will last the rest of your life.
Ellie says, if you have 2 perfectly good working eyes and 2 perfectly good working feet and you can't get out of bed, you don't have a handicap, you have my life is too good problem.
Sure doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with that. Like, that's...
Disability gatekeeping, you mean?
Yeah, no, I'm not okay with that. Like, mental health issues are health issues. Like, they are a real problem. Like, it's not, like, it doesn't look like a problem because you can't physically see it, but that doesn't make it not a problem. Like, you can't just, like, if I'm fucking stuck in bed and I don't want to go to work, I don't want to do YouTube things, I don't even want to talk to people, I don't have enough energy to even Animal Cross, that's not... You can't just tell me, oh, but your life is fine, you have... Ooh, sorry, Scooter. You have no reason to be upset. That's not gonna cure me. That's not gonna make me, like, see, oh, I'm just making shit up, because it's not true. I'm not making shit up. There's a problem that needs to be addressed. It's not me just deciding to be depressed or to be sad, because no one would choose that. I'm tired of fucking being depressed. That's why I want to find a therapist or something, because I'm tired of this destroying my life. I'm 25. I'm going to be 26, and I haven't done half the things I want to do. The clock is running out, and I don't have time to be depressed. But here I am, depressed, because I can't handle it on my own. I need intervention. That's not something that I can just get over by just someone telling me how good my life is. Like, look at Maya from season 3 of Degrassi. When Miss Grell has her go over the stressors in her life, that doesn't make Maya feel better about her life. It just makes her feel like, okay, well, I have no reason to be depressed. So why am I depressed? And it just keeps her spiraling down. It doesn't fix her. It doesn't help her.
Now, there is a distinction to be made between physical disability and mental disability, but it's, like, academic at best.
Yeah, they both can and, like, both can and will negatively affect your ability to live. And that's why does what kind of effect matter? Like, you can't, like, in both situations, you can't just put a Band-Aid on it and call it good.
Let's see. Yes, well, I'm blind, and I'm here to tell you that depression is not really a handicap. Let's see. Further down than that, it was, I graduated from a blind school because I have a handicap known as blindness. There's no depression school. Well, how long was it between when there was the discovery of blindness and a blindness school established versus when depression was identified and the present?
Yeah.
It takes a very long time for society at large to not hate you.
I'm not... I must come off as I'm dumping on Ellie, but I'm not. Like, I'm just...
This is a lot of stuff that's kind of been building up for a long time, and this
it is,
sort of set it off.
Like,
you just unpop that cork.
Yeah, it's a very sensitive sore spot on me, because it's like...
It's your Pringles can. Once you pop, you just can't stop.
Exactly. I wish I could just turn this off and, just be like, well, I'm living in a city, in an apartment that I rent. I'm far away from a lot of the stressors of my life. Like, I barely have to deal with my family, and I have a job that, I'm okay with, and I'm building my YouTube career. I should be fine, but I'm not fine. Like, telling me that won't make me stop, like, being not fine. Is
is this a dumb thought to think my parents probably don't realize they could be reasons for my mental problems? It's not a dumb thought. Like, my mom and dad...
I definitely thought you were going to say, my mom, that's a dumb thought.
Yeah. Oh shit. No. Like, my parents have probably never ever considered the fact that they might have caused my problems. Because my mom especially, like, I mean, my dad too, to be honest. Like, there are a lot of the reasons why I'm depressed, why I have no self-worth. Like, I can trace a lot of my issues back to my childhood. And if you ask my dad now, and if you would have asked my mom before she died, she probably would have said, no, that's not it.
Yeah, like, I am an asshole. However, I'm a self-aware asshole. I am aware of the fact that I have a negative effect on most of the people in my life, most of the time. Mm-hmm. And so I do things to soften the blow on that. That is but the fact that I do even that makes people think that I am a nice person.
Yeah.
Because that's their standard of reference. Like, if you are just softening the blow of the negative impact that you have on other people's life, you are considered to be a good person.
Yeah, if you're stabbing someone with a pencil instead of a knife, they consider you good.
Yes, exactly. But merely the fact that I will address the negative effect that I have on other people's lives and, like, try to do something to alleviate it at all means that I am way better as a person than, like, I'm not saying that I'm not better than those people as far as the effect that I have, because it comes out 100 times worse if the person will be shitty to you and then blame you, like, why you crying? Have you ever heard anyone say that? Everybody who has ever said that, hang.
Yeah. Canceled. We're canceling everyone on this fucking stream.
Let's see. Never trying to imply that you were dumping out. I was only saying the difference between physical and mental disabilities are academic when you don't have one. A physical one. Kind of. Okay, so
here. So
you take your day.
I was never getting the sense that anyone was saying that I'm dumping on you. I just wanted to make that clear. Like, it was my own thought. So just making that part clear, and you go on to yours.
Oh, to be clear, when I say, why you crying, I mean in an accusatory fashion. You know.
Lost King says, woo, I've been canceled. When will I get canceled? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, so there's this thing called the hedonic treadmill that is most of the time when people lose a limb or something like that. It sucks for a while, and then that becomes the new normal, and then everything is fine again.
Yeah.
Depression as an injury means that you never get to that point.
Exactly. Like, I mean, it becomes your normal, but you don't feel fine again.
Yeah.
Like, you just, like...
You don't go back to your baseline. You just stay permanently below that baseline.
Exactly.
That's the definition of what it is. Which depression could fix like a broken leg. We should talk.
I'm not saying mental illness can't screw up life either. I'm just saying mental illness is 5,000 times easier to band-aid than an eye is. I mean, like, that's very academic. Like, yes and no, because there's a lot of things that go into trying to band-aid that.
Like, I am all for treating the mentally ill with compassion and all manner of brain defect or neurodiversity, even with that, because that often gets lumped in with brain defect and mental illness and such. I'm all for treating all people who fall into that category with much more kindness than the world currently shows them. However, I would much rather lose an eye than become crazy, because, like, the fundamental material of what I am is broken.
Exactly.
At that point. And
yeah.
that is infringing on what you are as a person, rather than just, like, I'm first on board to say that, like, I am my body, and the things around my body are also part of my body. But, like, oh boy, is it ever a world of difference when it's your mind.
Yeah. I mean, talk to Mask. Like, I am not made of meat.
Uh-huh. And mask is actually a good point. Like, it's not just an emotional thing, because when your emotions come with an off switch, it doesn't always help.
Well, yeah, like, mask more than you match my understanding and how I view myself. Like...
Yeah, we kind of have opposite tracks.
Yeah, you're way more body-centric than I am.
Yeah, there's a way that makes sense.
There's a way that makes sense. Like
it takes a lot of unpacking.
Like your personal identity involves your body a lot more than mine does.
Yes, my phone is an outside of me portion of my brain, as an example.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that I'd rather I'm not trying to diminish physical disabilities either. I want to make that clear too. I don't like mental illness being framed as easier than physical stuff. Like, I don't think that's right, and I think that walks back the conversation and any progress we've made on mental illness.
Well, because what we're talking about is a game of would you rather, and I don't think it's minimizing of somebody's struggles to tell them I would rather have my eye put out than be like you.
I mean, if it leaves it at that, then like that's fine. But I think the problem is when you get into it's easier to deal, like as a generalization, it's easier to deal with mental illness than not having eyes, and then at that point be
I was saying the exact opposite. I would rather have an eye put out.
I'm talking about what you said. I'm not talking about what you said.
And just to finish my thought, I think that I don't think that's minimizing or I don't think that's like shitting on somebody to say I would rather have my eye put out than live your life, because like what I'm saying when I say something like that is your life is hard, and I think that it would be easier for me specifically to deal with losing an eye than to deal with what you go through on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I think that's a very important distinction to make, and I think that's a lot more fair than blanket saying I'd rather have a physical disability than a mental one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's no room for that level of specificity, right?
Well, we're on the internet.
You can't be plaid. You have to be either black or white. Black Lives Matter.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I kind of want to just move on from this conversation, because this has taken over everything.
It has, but, like, we got some uncommon takes in here, And I think it's a good, important thing for people to hear, at least.
I think so, too. Yeah. Oh, night, Cole.
See ya.
Have a good one. Thank you for coming by.
Bibbidi-bobbidi-bye.
Worthless, Maine. Hello.
Zero Suit Thomas.
Oh, okay. Hello. And do you think Degrassi is dead forever? No. Degrassi will come back. Someday. Thoughts on Skins? I've never seen it. I've heard the UK Skins is good. US Skins, bad. That's my understanding of it. Bean Boys. I don't know what that means.
Bean Boys.
Let's see.
Oh boy, look how far up the chat is right now.
Would you... we already talked about that one.
Okay, way down at the bottom, do you think Zig is a simp?
Like, imagine my face over the mental calculations, like math, like image. No, because like a simp, like, okay, first explain to me what a simp is again. Like,
my understanding of it is that a simp is a person who, like, does a whole bunch of stuff just to exalt another person in the hopes that they'll get something back out of that relationship, usually sexual.
Okay, Zig is not a simp, fuck you. Okay, but not fuck you, because I'm not hating anyone. I'm not hating anyone unless you're Lily Orchard, or a Nazi, or a white supremacist. Well, I guess I can hate a lot of people, actually, so never mind.
Any capitalist. By capitalist, we mean person who owns a labor value producing asset. We don't mean people who work under
like
capitalism.
Jeff
ACAB.
Bezos.
All cops are bastards.
Yeah, ACAB. Hello, Cloves. I learned that my mother is on the asexual spectrum today, the same day that she wore purple and black. I love it. I love it. Is Vampire Diaries worth your time? Sisuke, hello. I don't know. Like, it seems like not worth my time, but I might just get into it I might just look into it one day just for the fun of it, especially because I guess Nina Dobrev plays 4 characters, and I'm really curious to see how they make that work. So It's interesting. Have you heard of the show Slide? It's like a toned-down Australian version of Skins. I've never even heard of it. Cool. Is there anything you would openly admit to being hot trash, but it's your kind of hot trash? Example of mine is recently released Scoob. Oh, yeah.
Thumbelina.
Okay. No. No, just the character. Like, I mean, it is hot trash, but it's not quite my hot trash. Oh god. Peter Pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Peter Pan, like, on examination, is entirely racist, sexist hot trash. But it's my hot trash. Like, I'm not... I'm sure I don't have to, but I feel the need to
I can see the liquor starting to hit.
Yeah, I can feel it with my hand gestures. I'm sure I don't have to, but just for, the sake of things, I will, I feel the need to.
Jacob Elo is signing off.
Have a good night. Thank you very much for sticking around.
Since we're so far back in the chat, Jacob Elo, if you want to, get a question in that we will guaranteed answer right now, ask it.
Yeah, ask it. Or, put in the Discord. You're in the Discord, too. So,
anyway, Peter Pan.
Peter Pan, so, it's my hot trash, not because I'm apologizing for the racism and sexism inherent in Peter Pan. It's my hot trash because there's other things, that happen to be adjacent to that stuff that I really like. Big Bang Theory, absolute hot trash, but I love every season of it.
Oh, man.
I watched Pop Culture Detective. Yeah, and I hate Big Bang Theory now. Mm-hmm. I liked it in high school, but then again, I was an idiot in high school, so don't at me.
Wait, Alphagist, when you list all of those shows together, I can see the same hand of creation in them. Are those made by the same people?
I'm not okay with this in End of the Fucking World or Netflix.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that they're the same people.
Yeah, I'm saying it's more likely. Oh, Alpha just says no, so never mind.
So there's no staff in common. Okay.
All right. Cutter Historical. Hello. Did Degrassi do Connor's autism storyline right?
That question was half an hour ago at this point.
Shit. So
we might want to pick up speed.
Yeah. My insight is yes, but I am not schooled in Asperger's syndrome or autism. I know a bit about autism, but I'm not fully schooled in it, so I'll give a tentative yes.
What was his level?
He had Asperger's syndrome. Asperger's syndrome.
No. What was his level?
I don't know.
Was he a 6?
I can't even think about this right now because it'll take too long.
Okay.
I have anticipatory anxiety for some occasional explosions of anger okay. I will admit to that. It's something I'm working on, but that's me admitting that I even struggle sometimes. Cool. Good thing. They say, recognition is the start to recovery. I thought at times Ashley's mood at the end of season 3 was just overreacting to Craig's cheating. There has to be something else of why she had depression. Well, it wasn't just Craig cheating. Because, remember when she visited Terry in the hospital? That was a fucking rough time for her. It wasn't just Craig cheating, but that was kind of the catalyst. Everything was going wrong for her and had been going wrong for her. She was ousted from her friend group at the beginning of season 2, and while she was kind of reaccepted into them, she still had that mental pain of just being forced into being an outsider. And then her boyfriend, who she loved and she thought she might maybe be ready for sex with, cheated on her and got a girl fucking pregnant. And then one of her best friends ended up going into the hospital with an intensive head injury.
shit's just not going well for Ashley at this point. And, like, even worse, after, like, Craig did his apology thing, she felt like, well, she doesn't have anywhere to put her anger and depression towards anymore. Because Craig apologized, and so it didn't, like, it apologized in a way where it's like, she felt that he was really genuine. So it's like, what can she really do anymore? Like, she has all these emotions that don't have anywhere to go, and she just ends up wallowing in that. So, yeah. It was definitely depression. It wasn't just because Craig cheated.
It's almost like they should teach you something about how to deal with your emotions and what to do about them. It's almost like this is as important to the development of human civilization as hygiene.
Right? Well, yeah, and, like, that's why people, like, that's why we need to advocate for mental hygiene, because, like, how we're taught to and told to take care of our bodies, we gotta take care of our minds, because if we only take care of one of them, then we're only half okay.
And what is the mental health equivalent of brushing your teeth?
Right?
Yeah. Like a low impact, low time sink thing that makes a way bigger difference on your quality of life than you would expect.
Yeah. If Emma had a mental disorder, it would be PTSD or even persona disorder, because after the Rick shooting, she seemed to try to keep her persona of being perfect. There's no such thing as a persona disorder, to my knowledge.
I mean, there might be. It's
might
not like
be,
we
but
sit around reading the DSM-5.
I mean, that's true, but also, I don't, like, I think that's less of a personality disorder and more of, like, a grasping at straws, trying to, like, be better. I don't know.
This is exactly what I was talking about with where diagnosing something is mostly a matter of labels. Like, we know what her problem is.
Yeah.
We watched it on the show unfold before us.
Yeah, I think PTSD might be a better, like, way to...
I think PTSD is overused as a phrase, but probably.
Yeah, well, I think that'd best match if we want to put something on her. Happy is definition that people struggle to find. I've heard someone say that a more suitable word is fulfillment, and the best way to do that is to live a life where you can wake up in freedom. I think I agree. Like, fulfillment over happy as a phrase.
So the term happy and the phrasing and how you're conditioned to view happiness in society has been massively destructive to mental health for the past century.
It has, yes. Yes, I think fulfillment and feeling, like, basically feeling okay with where you... Like, feeling okay with yourself and how things are right now.
Because the thing that you're taught is that you're supposed to be in a state of constant fucking ecstasy as long as you are above the line, the threshold of what society considers, like, functional or successful.
Basically, you have to be really cheerful and on the upswing all the time.
Yeah, not everybody needs to be perky fucking Pollyanna all the time.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And, like, that isn't even a useful definition of happiness, and that's a recent definition of happiness in terms of, like, the totality of humankind. For most of human history, what a word like happiness, in whatever language you want to look at, tended to mean was, like, flourishing, success, that kind of thing. And it did not refer to a transient mood. It meant that things were going well practically and morally and mentally and philosophically, but not necessarily emotionally. Not saying that, like, positive emotions are not to be valued, but by telling you that you're supposed to expect this thing to happen to you where you just suddenly leveled up into an angel when things happen to, like, go your way for a little while, it, like, the lack of that creates a, like,
it makes you feel like you're lacking somewhere. You're defective because why can't you be like everyone else? Why can't you be how things should be?
Like you're missing out on something that you're supposed to be getting.
Yeah, and that's why the like the facade of okayness that we all project is, you know, inherently destructive, and that's part of why I worry about moving to somewhere like Japan, where basically the idea is to not stand out. The idea is to not make waves. And if I can't make waves and say I'm an emotional mess, then I feel like I'm going to be entirely restricted. And I'm kind of not okay with that. So it's like, well, maybe Japan is not a good fit for me.
Yeah. A last note on the topic of depression. I'm gonna post a meme song.
Oh shit. Well, I don't know what this is.
This song, I've played it for you before. No matter what you're expecting, you're wrong. Okay. Unless you've heard the song before. Okay. The song is hilarious.
Okay.
This is some real, like, new type shit.
Okay. Cutter Circle, in a sense vamped, did Emma blame herself for how Rick ended up? I have no reason to believe that she did. The show does not support that theory. Jacob Elo, feeling free to wake up and do what gives you feeling like you're doing what you feel you're meant for, but not everyone gets that in life, so sometimes it's okay to not be okay. Yeah, and I think that, like, people say it as a meme, it's okay to not be okay, but I think people need to understand what is really meant by that. It's not like, oh, it's okay to be depressed and, you know, to have all these problems necessarily. It's more like it's okay to recognize that you've got issues that need fixing, because we all do, and it's not something that should be stigmatized. Like, we all in some way need to work for our happiness. It doesn't just happen. No matter how much money or capital or power you start out life with, you've got a boulder to push up the hill, man.
Yeah, the historical definition of, and I hate saying the historical anything, but, like, the historical definition of happiness basically meant, like, fulfillment and, like, the ability to cultivate virtue in yourself.
Yeah.
You know, good qualities that are worth having.
Yeah, well, yeah, because, like, philosophy and, like, morals were based on, like, characteristics way back when.
Mm-hmm. Virtue ethics is pretty cool.
It's interesting. I don't subscribe to it, but it's interesting.
Go on.
I'm too drunk to think about this, actually. I just
You're just
know...
saying that?
No. I know when I was looking into virtue ethics, it was like, yeah, this is cool, but I can't find the but. So I can't really talk about virtue ethics. Don't at me about virtue ethics.
You guys really should be seeing this.
I went for it. Like, I imagined, like, this would be really funny, so let's just keep going.
Oh, it was funny, all right.
Ellie says Starbuck is right. Happiness and prosperity back in the day basically just meant you didn't suffer for food. That's where the phrase wealth and prosperity came from. Yeah.
I mean, it meant way more than that, but that's at least
basically,
in...
it was more like the focus, like, historically has been on your physical well-being and your ability to get resources.
Well, that directly contradicts the thing that I was just saying, where, like, the virtues were not things like, physical well-being, although that did tend to go hand in hand with it. I mean, things like
in my hand, it was, like, a very intricately attached to it.
Like, cultivating a sense of taste and a sense of fairness, as an example.
Like, I'm thinking, like, a Maslow's hierarchy, where it's, like, first you have to focus on these things, and then people can, like, do the mental stuff.
I really disagree with Maslow.
Well, yeah.
Like...
No. I'm not saying I'm endorsing Maslow. I'm saying, like, that was the thought process. That first you have to give people the physical resources, and then you can worry about their mental health.
I like how we've, like, jumped several millennia over the course of this conversation.
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about, like, ancient Greece.
Yeah, no, I know you are. But I'm, like, trying... Like, I reference Maslow because that's, like, the best way I can describe what I'm trying to say.
Gotcha. I don't know that that's necessarily true. There's been plenty of times where I have been explicitly not meeting my physical needs and felt better than when I was.
Yeah. No, I'm not... Yeah, again, I'm not saying that Maslow is right, and... like, psychology thinks Maslow might actually be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, that I'm just, like, that's the historical thought.
Mm-hmm. A lot of ancient psychology... Ancient, I say ancient. A lot of, like, older psychology models were, like, people just making shit up, and maybe
entirely. Like,
seeing if that explains the world. But it has the weird backlash of, if you make something up and tell people that this is how people think... they will adjust their thoughts to, like, to make it more like closer to correct than it would have been.
Cough, cough, Freud. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Freud, like all the old people, like classical and what's the other kind of conditioning? Cognitive conditioning, something like that. Like those are like the only one of the few places where science was actually put into figuring out how people think. Like a lot.
Now he did a lot of bullshit and like subscribed to prescribed a bunch of people cocaine because as a magical cure-all.
Yeah,
and stuff.
cocaine's a cure-all. Being homosexual is based off of like being jealous of your mom or something.
Yeah. Man, that guy was fucked.
Operant conditioning. That was the thing that I was trying to figure out. Yeah. Okay.
B.F. Skinner.
Yeah. I knew who I was. I knew who I was thinking of.
Wait,
but yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's Skinner. Yeah, operant conditioning. Your thing. The other guy was.
No, Skinner was behavioral conditioning.
No. Skinner was operant conditioning. Classical conditioning was some guy with the dogs.
Pavlov.
Mm-hmm. That guy. Yeah. Oedipus didn't even have an Oedipus complex.
Well, both of those guys were behaviorists, and behaviorists suck ass. Yeah.
I was thinking it was like the arm motions were like reflecting of my arc through maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been a long time since I looked into behavioral psychology, but yeah, basically psychology has only in recent times had science applied to it. It used to be basically like Rorschach tests, where it's someone like, hey, here's something that can test things, and people are like, cool, that can test things, and they ran with it.
And there was no seeing if it actually does.
There's
work.
no peer reviewing. There's no testing for validity or anything, or what do you call it? Basically being able to get the same results if you do the test again.
Well, a lot of the models that I'm criticizing here, things like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, were done after the introduction of the scientific method to the field of psychology and how people behave. But they just were bad at it.
Well, kind of. I don't know. I don't know the timeline of that. Damn you, Pavlov. I agree. I don't have any reason to agree with that, but maybe we all need to be damned. Okay. Let's see. Trigger Mage. Can you even have an eating disorder without a mental disorder? Thought one was a symptom of the other. People, I think the DSM-5 would conflate them. I think mental disorder is the umbrella term. So academics, I think.
It's a labeling problem, whatever.
Yeah. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it isn't there. Agree. Never tell anyone they should just get over themselves. True. Ever. I have Asperger's syndrome, and it makes my life difficult at times, but it's not about to go away no more. Okay, so...
Isn't the term Asperger's deprecated?
I think they don't use it anymore. I think they might have, renamed it, but
But that's just the labeling problem again.
Yeah, I think it is entirely a
real.
labeling problem because, for a long time, Asperger's was used. But now they use something else, and there's a lot of people who were identified with that term, and now it's well, that's what I have. I don't know.
Yeah, so you're gonna run into the Buck Angel problem of people using outdated terms to refer to themselves.
Yeah, and they're not trying to be
And unlike that guy, they're gonna be even more uppity about it because of the particular.
They're not trying to be assholes about it, but it's that's the term that was used to describe them, and that's how they see themselves.
They're not trying to be assholes about it. They are trying to be Asperger's about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on your side, guys.
Wait, Jacob, you fell Aspie. The best I can do is adopt my mental disability into my life and establish that it's not me. Same goes for depression, except you want depression to be gone from your life. Yes, I'm an Aspie. Some people hate the term Aspie, but personally I don't take offense to it. Okay.
Yeah, discussion of the term aspie, I can't really weigh in, especially because, like...
Well, just know that the primary usage of it came from 4chan.
Okay, so probably aspie might not be the best one, but... If you want to reclaim it, that's totally up to you. I mean, basically with the way, like, the term queer, like, LGBT folk are reclaiming the word queer. I'm reclaiming the word queer, so that's up to you about that. Like, words should be able to be reclaimed.
Yeah, anytime somebody, like, makes a big deal out of a term like that, even when it is being explicitly used by people who hate you for the purpose of hurting you, all you're doing is giving them power over you.
I mean, yes and no. Like, I'm not... Like, I have complicated feelings about this because I don't think it's fair to just say, oh, just, like, reclaim the term. Because, you know, sometimes some terms don't want to... You don't... Like, they don't... If you don't feel like they fit you or, like, you can't really map that onto you, then you shouldn't be forced to reclaim it.
No, I'm saying that even making a big deal out of it is a problem unto itself. Can you imagine how much racial violence would increase if there was a word that affected white people the way that the N-word affects black people?
I might be too drunk to talk about this, but I feel like it's a very privileged, like, white-centric way of looking at, oh, you shouldn't be uppity about, like, how a word is used at you.
No, I mean, you're empowering the people who hate you to hurt you even more by doing that.
I mean, maybe yes and... Like, that's all complicated. Like, I don't know if I fully agree with you. Like, I'd want to have a conversation that involves an actual, like, black person about this. Because I recognize that my experience and understanding of the N-word especially is a very white-centric one.
Well, I think there's better examples that we could go with for that, and I don't want to get you demonetized, so I'm not going to say it. But let's just say it rhymes with maggot. All right?
I mean, like, even still, like, I don't feel like I can really comment on that either, because I've never...
I can. That has changed within my lifetime.
No. I've watched it change, but I can't comment on it in a personal level. Like, I've never been someone who was personally affected by it, other than just knowing, hey, you shouldn't call someone that.
But it didn't used to be a thing that you shouldn't call somebody. That's
I know, but it's like, I feel like this conversation needs a different person who's not me, someone who has been affected by it, to talk to. Like, because we need that perspective. Otherwise, it's just like two outsiders trying to discuss it.
I guess.
Asperger's syndrome. Lost King says Asperger's syndrome is deprecated according to my psychologist. I'm so sick of sociopath and psychopath being in common parallels. What are you talking? I'm
so sick of sociopath and psychopath still being in common parlance because they are bullshit.
You're using way too big of words for me. I'm too drunk for this, but I understand what you're saying, and I agree.
Are too big of words for you to read, or does it still make sense when I say it?
It makes sense when you say it, and it was making sense as I was trying to read it, but, like, I couldn't say it out loud because it was like, that's a big word. That's like a $10 word at most, or at least.
I say keep doing it. This is entertaining television.
Yeah, but I agree. I'm a big fan of the word queer, as I am...
Hey, Willow's in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Willow? I am as queer as it gets. It says clear, but all hail queer nation. Yes, I am also a big, like, I call myself queer. I am queer. Like, I wish, like, I can weigh on queer because, like, I feel like, you know, how do I explain this? I have personal, like, attachment with queer, so I feel like I can weigh in on it, whereas I don't with the N-word or the F, like, the...
F slur?
Yeah, the F slur. So I feel like I can't really get in deep at, like,
because I'm coming at it from an outsider perspective, whereas with queer, that's something where I'm not quite an outsider, where I've looked at some of the discourse about it, and I've decided my own feelings about it, especially because, I've been able to look at how it applies to me. And I've come out, and regardless of where I've come out as, the main thing for me is that I've been able to look at it as it applies to me. Lost King says, sorry about the big words. No, Tarbuck is right. Keep doing it. It's funny.
It is very funny.
Let's see. I'd rather just say I have Asperger's. Using jargon to me just makes it sound exclusive, like spinning it to be cool in a needlessly diversive manner. I don't know, I think I can see arguments from both sides. I like using jargon. It's not quite jargon because it's not like a technical term. It's more like a short form, like vamp instead of not a vampire. Like a quirky little thing that you call someone as a short form, a diminutive or something. And I can appreciate that. I don't think it's necessarily bad or making it sound exclusive for that. I think it's just more like, hey, this is what science has called us, but let's give us our own term now.
Yeah, way down at the bottom, Willow says, eating disorder is a set of mental disorders. If it's non-diagnosed, it's still called disordered eating. And then later says, Aspie is similar to NB in that it's a diminutive that some people claim and others dislike, so applying it to a group is usually frowned upon.
I didn't know NB was disliked by some people. That's interesting. Thank you for weighing in.
Yeah, that's news to me.
Yeah, because most of the NBs I've seen and interacted with, they will call themselves NB. So I kind of call myself NB. I prefer agender because I prefer being very specific. But yeah, in places where NB would be more fitting, I call I think of myself as NB.
Well, it's know your audience.
Yeah,
exactly. There's some people where if you say agender, they're like, yeah, you're a gender, but which one?
Oh God.
And then there's there's a bunch of there's those people you just say non-binary, and that's probably still going to be an uphill battle.
No matter it'll probably be enough. If they're saying you're a gender, but that it's going to be a conversation.
That's going to be a whole thing. But when you're talking to somebody who's already wearing one of the flags, you can introduce yourself as agender.
Yeah.
As opposed to the more general non-binary.
Jacob Bilo says, sorry, Van, for making this comment section about Asperger's. No, don't apologize. I learned something today. A whole lot crazy. I went to the bathroom. What being discussed? Asperger's, shortened diminutives of medical and psychological diagnoses, and basically reclaiming terms that were used as slurs.
Well, we have kind of already talked on the slur thing.
Yeah,
in the past. There's a great episode that's after the cutoff point where we start making good episodes of the Arch Plays called "White People Are Immune to Insults."
I'd want to re-listen to that because I'm starting to recognize and understand more about how I don't think it's really fair to I feel like a lot of our conversations start and end at us being us and not really considering other perspectives.
Like what?
Just neither of us have really been offended by being called the N-word.
Right.
So I want to talk to someone who has, and someone who is what do I call lexical enough to discuss their thoughts about it.
Okay.
And is able to have a meaningful talk about it. I don't because I don't want to be the be all end all. I don't want to come off as more knowledgeable about something than I actually am. Especially because I feel like I can be convinced by a lot of things.
Well, it's not even a knowledge question because this we're giving our
it's a perspective that I think is missing. our thoughts, like, but I think it comes off as this is obviously the right thought to have.
Well, I talk like that, but you don't.
You talk like it, but, like, I feel like I end up going along with how you say it because you sound like you sound authoritative to me, so I end up going along with it. So it's like I just
all that it really takes to have come off this way is to have a white male talking in an authoritative manner. People just go with shit.
I know, and I should have been born with a penis, but whatever.
Well, you clicked the wrong box in character creation, and now you have to pay for it.
I know, it's all my fucking fault. Like, and if only I would have paid attention to the character boxes I created, I clicked, because then I wouldn't have considered myself a woman for so many years, and I would have known that obviously I'm agender, and I'm pretty fucking gay, so what am I even doing being, like, looking towards guys? I should have been looking at women the whole time, but, like, I must be heteronormative. Like, man, I really fucked up in character creation because I wasn't paying attention. I did it blind, I guess.
Here we are in the future, and it's
gay.
gay.
Man, I am at singing point, but I don't think I can sing right now because no one will want that.
I love the bot on Fragile White Redditors where if somebody says cracker, it responds with, please call them porcelain Americans because they're very fragile.
Oh my god! I love it. That's the best thing I've read so far tonight. I love it.
Excellent.
I love it, love it, love it. Okay,
Did you know that cracker comes from whip cracker? It doesn't come from the food.
What's a whip cracker?
Person who cracks a whip.
Oh.
Right?
Oh. Ouch.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, it's still not like a slam exactly, but like it puts teeth on it that it didn't have exactly.
Shit.
It means, like, I'm not just comparing you to something,
Yeah. Cutter Circle, I've been fine with you so far tonight. I don't know if you've ducked out, but yeah. No, you've been fine. Let's see. Aspie as an insult. If Aspie is used as an insult, I try not to take it personally. The word tomboy used to be an insult. Now there's plenty of women who would proudly wear tomboy on their sleeves.
Oh, yeah. You got that Rainbow Dash energy. I love it.
Yeah. I used to call myself a tomboy. Like, especially when I rejected, like, traditionally feminine stuff. Like,
yeah, that was definitely a kind of person that I like bullseyed towards. Like, if you are a tomboy, that means that you and I probably have a lot to talk about.
Girls.
Remember how I was a Chad in high school? I like bringing that up.
Like, you were a somewhat Chad.
I was pretty Chad, yeah.
You were a Chad that was friend with the stoners.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everybody loved me.
Top Cat 601. Hello. Welcome to the chat. Like, this is probably a long time ago, but welcome. Do you know about Disney changing the Splash Mountain ride from Song of the South theme to Princess and the Frog theme? Do you have any thoughts on this? I have no thought. Like, I don't know anything more than that this is happening, and my uneducated thought is, okay. Like, I'm not surprised, especially because, one, Song of the South is kind of racist, but it's also, like, super fucking boring. And, like...
It's bigger crime than being racist is being boring.
Well, kind of. Like, you can't even get mad at it because it's more... Like, you can get mad at it, but it feels like a waste of energy because it's also boring.
Mm-hmm.
But, like,
is it really a shock? Because, like, Disney has been burying Song of the South for a long ass fucking time. I mean, there's a reason why you can't find any you can't find any official releases of it like for like quite a few, like a decade now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's no shock that they're looking to change it, especially because now would be a really good PR time to change it.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine Splash Mountain has only been that way as a Song of the South reference just because of inertia. Just because, it takes capital and time and shit to change it.
Well, so I'm gonna totally steal the opinion of Jenny Nicholson here and say that it is nominally a good thing. Like, I agree, removing Song of the South stuff and putting Princess and the Frog stuff in its place is a good idea. They should do that. However, all of the old updates and retrofits and stuff like that they've done to any of the older rides has always taken something that is lavishly detailed, where there's something to look at in every direction, and then replace it with, there is a giant empty room with one thing to look at that is pretty moderately detailed.
Oh, that's a shame.
I'm glad that I went on the Norway thing before they updated it to Frozen.
Oh.
Because, like, I remember it the way that it was, where there was tons and tons of stuff.
But now...
And now it's way less interesting to look at.
Which is really interesting, because Frozen isn't really Norwegian. It's just, like, vaguely Scandinavian.
Yeah, in the way that, like... It's always interesting to me to see where they put... Disney property stuff in Epcot, and it has like this this conspiracy theory running in the back of my mind that for the past 30 years they've been doing movies specifically to have more content for Epcot. Like we'll do Frozen, we're gonna make that vaguely Scandinavian so that we could put a princess in the Norway section of Epcot. And now we're gonna do, what's something Mexico? Coco. There we go. We got a movie that we can put merchandise for in the Mexico section.
I can see that. Yeah, all in the name of exclusivity, inclusivity, they say.
Yeah, but it's like they're going around the world, not because it's cool artistically, but because they already have this around the world set built in Epcot.
Alpha just says, what exactly did you want to know about the N-word? Like, it's not really, like, it's not factual stuff. It's like, I want a different perspective. I want a perspective that's not mine. And, like, to be able to talk to someone with that perspective. Like, because I feel like, the kind of things I'd want to know and understand... like from that perspective aren't necessarily things that would make it into an all-encompassing YouTube video. Me waiting for my brain to say, psych, JK, we love ourselves, bro, life is good. Same! Oh my god! Like, I've been waiting since, like, the age, like...
Nina Bonnet, welcome back.
13 or something, like, the first time I tried to... Well, I don't know if I should say it. The first time I seriously was, like, you know, I wanted to off myself.
Rough.
That's actually a funny story. It's a funny story. It's a funny story in retrospect, okay? So, like, I wrote up this whole, like, long thing of, like, you know, I'm gonna off myself. Here's all my account passwords, like, you know, let people know here because, you know, I would think that they care about it. And so I grab a knife and it's like, okay, I'm gonna off myself. And I scratch my skin and it's like, you know what? This actually hurts. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want this. There's too much pain involved. I don't, like, you know, I'm cool. Like, let's do something else instead. Like, it's funny in retrospect, okay?
I mean, yeah, kind of.
I mean, like, that is the least serious, moment I've had in my life.
Digi. You are digi.
Well, like, in that moment. Like, I've had worse moments. Like I've had worse moments if you want to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because I don't think anyone else wants to go down that rabbit hole, so we're cool. Fantasia is just as racist as Song of the South was and still available after years.
No, it's not. Having seen both of them, no, it's not.
I watched it recently, and the cutout part was racist.
It's not.
But it was cut out. Like the rest of it, I don't know if it was necessarily racist.
Because, like, the premise of Fantasia isn't racist.
Well, the premise isn't, but, the cutout part where,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That
part was, racist, but the rest of it, I don't think it was, like, maybe I have to rewatch it, but I'm not going to rewatch it. Like, that was a slogfest for me.
You didn't like Fantasia?
I told you at the time, like, it was putting me to sleep and I was really bored. Like,
yeah.
Like, it's just not for me. Like,
I figured that was just, like, your normal habit of falling asleep through everything.
No, it just... I was just bored.
Okay.
Lost King is totally on your level. Epcot is my favorite park, though Galaxy's Edge really pushed up its park in the ranks. Time I wanted to off myself is Funny Star. I mean, it kind of is funny. It's funny to me, okay? It's a lot funnier to me than, like, most of my other trysts with, like, sad stuff, okay?
Sad boys.
Excuse me. Nellie says, you know what makes perfect sense to me when I reflect back to my first time, the story ends up being a little funnier than I meant it to. Second time where I got caught and forced to go to therapy, that wasn't so funny, but the first time in hindsight is pretty hilarious. I can relate.
Oh, Nina Bonnet is now going to bed.
Oh,
all right.
Bye, Nina. Thank you very much for joining us for as long as you have.
See ya.
Yeah. Okay, girls that share guy interests, yes, please. I don't think I understand.
Tomboys.
Oh, okay.
Tomboys are delicious. That's the statement being made.
Tomboys are cool. I like tomboy. No, I don't like tomboyish girls. Like, I want somewhere in between girly girl and tomboy. That's what I want.
You want a futch? Is that?
I want. I guess I kind of want a queer ass. A queer, not gal, but a queer. You know, I want that queer energy. You know, the.
Can I interest you in a bowl of Queerios?
Yes, please. Thank you. Do you have almond milk?
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. I
Willow
want,
left her almond milk here.
I want someone with queer energy, you know, with colored hair, but, you know, short hair. Like, not exactly conventionally girly, but also with feminine aspects. Like, I am so fucking gay. I am only just realizing it. Like, I've always, like, I don't know if I've always had tendency towards, like, feminine people, but like, in the time that I can remember being on dating apps and trying to, like, meet people, I find that I keep leaning towards feminine people, and it's like, why did I not notice this? Like, when I see a masculine person, it's like, you need a little more femme to you. Otherwise, I just, you know, reject them outright. But I want a femme person. Like, I need a girlfriend or a non-binary femme person in my life. I need to be dating them, like, right now. That's what apparently I need to be doing. Like, I'm actually really gay.
Right on.
I am gay, and I also kind of like feminine guys, but there needs to be more gay in them. Just saying.
You must be this femme to ride this ride?
Exactly, although you're not even going to ride this ride. Like, I'll touch your boobs and stuff, but I am not getting that puss.
This will win you friends.
Oh, wait, will it? Like, I was afraid that it would, like, you know, my candor would be like, you are too nasty. Like, stop saying things. Like, I would like friends because I have no friends. Vamp is so drunk right now. I am.
Yep.
I am.
All right. College or nah?
Hold
Overrated
on.
or underrated?
Ellie says Nada is so fucking gay lol preach on. Okay, college overrated. It depends on what you're going to college for. Like, that's the best way I can, like, summarize it. If you're going to college to learn and understand about your field, unless you're, like, you know, networking through your professors to people in that field, then you're not getting anything out of it. If you're going to college to, like, you know, to get a certificate and a network, like, so then you can get into your field, then college is good. Like, it's all, like, you're not going to learn about how the job actually is from college. Unless you go to, like, a technical, like, a specifically, like, vocational college. Like, something, like, basically where, you, like, half your college experience is working in a shop. Or doing something like that. Otherwise, like, don't consider psychology a good idea for you if all you do is take psych classes. Like, that's not going to give you an idea of how being
a psychologist really is.
Yeah, learning about a topic is very different than is a different hobby than doing it.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
I can relate that to even the most mundane of things. Like, collecting books and reading books are separate hobbies.
Called out.
Yeah.
Like, ouch. Shot in the heart, why don't you?
Uh-huh.
And you're to blame.
There's, like, the actual substance of what a job and what is involved in that field is so disconnected from learning about that subject.
Yeah, like so disconnected to the point where at most you'll get it in your like upperclassmen years, senior year mainly.
If that,
Yeah,
what
if
usually
that,
happens.
if that. What usually happens is you learn about the subject and you're given a certificate, then you're like, okay, go do that thing. And that's when you start learning about how the job actually is. That's why I'm not a psychologist, because, you know, in school it was like, okay, this is what psychology is. And like, cool, I could be a psychologist because I'm interested in the realm of psychology. And then I start learning what, like, being a therapist and psychologist actually is. And it's like, you know what? I was lied to. I'm cool.
So, I don't know if it's going to be recorded, but I've been invited to a conference, RadCon style, which I'm not going to name drop here because I don't know if we're ever actually going to publish anything from it, and most of it will not be recorded. It's
Probably
mostly going to be like an in-house for friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be doing a lecture on the rise and fall of craftsmanship, and it's very much related to this kind of subject where, like, the guild system and with like apprentices and stuff.
Okay, if you're getting into guild system,
the guild system and apprentices and stuff was terrible, but it was also way closer to actually learning about a career than any of schooling has been since that system was discontinued.
You know, as you sell it to me, like under the like being a historical guild system like explanation thing and like how it was bad. Okay, now I'll watch it. Like, Craftsman doesn't sell it. Just saying. I need to go to the bathroom now. Bye.
All right. I don't want to give too much away because I want to, like... Oh, man, I'm actually going to have to, like, write notes and stuff for that. Whatever, it's in, like, September. I can put it out for a while. And that's one of the things that really captured me about My Little Pony was that they have a couple of years of general education and then they match you into a career where you are able to apply the things that you value about yourself, that are good about you, what is specific and special about you, so that you can, like, have something that is personally fulfilling where you get to use your particular talents, but in a way where it's not like, well, you like drawing that one time, so I'm going to make you a graphic designer for Pepsi. Maybe you would have fun doing that, but, like, the actual ins and outs work of what you're doing is necessarily different from what you thought you signed up for when you went to art school.
So speaking of My Little Pony, I need to get a cutie mark because I need to have some idea about what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Like, okay, like, if you don't subscribe to the, like, determinist, whatever, like, there's no supposed to do in this world, okay, whatever. But, like, I want to know what exactly, like, I am built for. Like, what is totally me. Like, yeah, you can misunderstand your own cutie mark, but a cutie mark will at least lead you down the path, hopefully, of understanding yourself a little better and to understand what would make you happy to do in this fucking life.
This is where I'm going to, unbuckle and plop down onto the table my cutie mark privilege.
Cutie mark privilege.
Because I definitely have one.
Okay.
I feel like the position of most people in the world is not having a cutie mark.
Yeah. Majority of people just don't have a cutie mark. It's more like they fall into what they end up doing.
They live their life on autopilot or are drug along by the forces of society.
And basically
just get stuck doing
basically
what they're doing.
How many people assume that work is your purpose? Why quarantine has been miserable for so many people? Because, like, their purpose is having a job. That's their only purpose. And that's why so many people who go into retirement end up getting a part-time job or a job of some sort again because, like, they can't
they can't just do retirement. They don't have any hobbies or anything to fall back on when they're not working a conventional job.
If I ask you what you do and you reply with a job, what, like your job occupation?
To be fair.
Yeah.
Asking what someone does is understood societally as what is your job. It doesn't matter how you view it, and is different even from how I view it, because I understand what you do as meaning what is your job. That's just how you're conditioned to understand that question. I think if you want to be clearer, you need to change your wording.
Okay. Well, this is already a change that I was just making on the spot. What normally happens is I'm at a convention and I ask somebody what they make, and if they respond to me with a number, I am just sad for them.
Oh, I see. Okay. 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 Here.
Alka just says, I want to go back eventually, but in a totally different field than what I studied the first time. Tarbuck, when is the next movie night? I actually like the last one. So every alternate week we do a movie night in the Discord.
Yeah, basically the nights we are not doing a YouTube stream, we are doing a movie night.
Mm-hmm.
We do it consistently every other week. So even if you don't hear from me or you miss my post about it, we are doing a movie night. Basically, I don't think we're going to be able to do it this Monday. I'm going to need to reschedule what date we're doing it, the movie night for next week, because my schedule is changing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll do it Monday at 11 p.m. I don't know. We'll think about it. But yeah, basically, we are going to do a movie night at some point next week. Typically, they have been on Monday nights at 10, these streams. But if you join the Discord, you can see our movie night suggestions, and then you can vote for what movies you want us to watch. We are opening this up to you guys. We give you the options to choose from, and then you vote.
So what you need to do is you need to be in our Discord server.
Mm-hmm.
You need to come over here to movie night suggestions.
Yeah.
And then click the Screaming Worm Boy. And when you cast a vote on that, you will be given manually by me this kind of purpley pinky roll right
it's more
here.
reddish. You get given the movie Bob roll, where basically you're added for everything movie night related, and then you can also vote on the individual movies. We just watched Treasure Planet. Right now it looks like the new Freaky Friday and Shrek and Barbie and the Nutcracker are currently winning for this week. We'll look deeper into it. And then all our movie night rolls all of our movie nights are done through Discord. So you have to be in the Discord to participate in movie night. We don't do anything through YouTube, otherwise they take us down.
Yeah, and it's not just your normal, it's not like you're just watching a movie with us. We will pause and talk for 20 minutes about something.
Yeah, we will.
It will take significantly longer than just watching the movie, but our annotated commentary makes it so much more interesting than just watching the movie by itself.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not even us. Notable fans who have been along for the ride have definitely made the content richer in places where we didn't have as much material to contribute about it.
Yeah. Now we do mute everyone in.
Yeah, everybody's muted except us.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be a shit show. But so then we do that so then we can actually listen to the movie.
But
but we do have our voice text open so then you can talk to us, and we do respond to the voice text
in this channel constantly. We'll have the movie playing right here. You'll be streaming the movie directly, and we will be watching the text stream as it goes on.
Yeah, so definitely join us, especially if there's a movie that you'd like to watch. And you can suggest us a movie, and if we feel inclined to, we'll add it to the list to be voted on. Basically, as we cross one off the list, we add a new one every week.
Is that a rule? Did we actually establish that?
It's not necessarily a rule, but that's what we do.
That's what has been happening.
Yeah, and I think that's fair to keep going on that.
If something doesn't get chosen for long enough, eventually we'll just remove it.
Yeah. My friend laughs about how at his job they just use proprietary software for everything, so he doesn't use anything he learned in college. Oh shit! Yeah, that's basically that's basically college versus like real work experience. Yep. I watched a video about psychotherapy and
psychopathy.
Oh, psychopathy. Oh,
Psychopaths.
they look the same. It was said that many CEOs have psychopathic traits and such lack of empathy. That's something they don't teach in business school.
Gee, I wonder if there's anybody who's present, who has traits like that.
Man, you're having such a bad time with slip of the tongues. And like, you should probably get that sorted out. Do you? No, we already
sorted out, perhaps, but oh, there's too many directions to go in. I'm just like orange with envy for people who have a clearer train of thought.
Yeah. Like, I have no idea what you're referencing, but let's move on. I have a general question. Oh, no, I already did the college one. Okay, we're actually way more caught up. Also, Mr. My Name Nemesis. My Nemesis. Hello! Welcome to the chat. And also, welcome, Jupiter Hedgepeth. I get that my love is Rey from Star Wars. Cool. Top Cat, this was a nice stream. I'm getting off now, but hopefully you guys have a good night. It was a long time ago, but have a good night.
Okay, Jupiter Hedgepeth, tell me I'm wrong. The one true ship from Star Wars is Rey and Evil Rey.
I can see it.
Ellie in the chat speaking the truth.
Yep. Screw Trump. I'm the only one who understands the reference I'm making. Wait, I missed the Treasure Planet stream. It says whole lot crazy. Yeah, you did. Yeah. Alpha New Freaky Friday would be great. I just wish they could have used Jodie Foster rather than Jamie Lee Curtis. No. Oh, no. I don't think you understand.
That's not new Freaky Friday.
Yeah, that's not the new Freaky Friday anymore. There's a Disney Channel movie, Freaky Friday, man.
Yeah, that's the one that we're talking about.
Jupiter Hedgepath agrees with you. Alright, give me more questions, or I've got questions to fall back on, because I can keep going, man. The engines are revving still. Like, I mean, maybe you guys are tired of it. Let me know if you guys
Well, you are socially lubricated.
I am so lubricated right now, man. I am ready for this, man.
You may even say you've wet your whistle.
I know Tarbuck's favorite Star Wars. What about you, Vamp? Favorite Star Wars, like, movie?
Yeah, what's your favorite Star Wars?
I don't know if I have one. Like, because I need to, like, rewatch all of them and, like, objectively look at them. Like, I feel like maybe A New Hope, but I'm not entirely sure. I did like Last Jedi a lot, but basically I need to rewatch them, and unfortunately I don't think I ever am going to, because honestly, I don't care about Star Wars. Like, I've basically been made to care, but I don't. Like, I don't like Star Wars. Like, it's not because necessarily it's bad, it's just I don't care. This is a massive revelation for me. I don't care. Fuck Star Wars, I don't care. Fuck the police. Let's get stoned. You're right, Ellie. Who cares?
We don't even have the material. We don't have the means.
No, it's not even about the means. Star Wars was present in my early life, but it's like, I don't know, like, I never really cared. Like, I cared because other people cared, and, like, okay, I've got to have an opinion about Star Wars, and, you know, we watched it in our film class because it does have film historical relevancy and shit, but it's like, I just don't care. And it's freeing to say that. I'm not shackled by the bonds of society.
The Last Jedi is the only good Star Wars movie.
oh boy. Oh, good luck. Oh my god.
There is a hot take that will make no one happy.
Yeah. well, it might make some people. No, I don't think it'll make any. I don't think it'll make anyone happy, because I'm sure people who like Last Jedi will also say it's not necessarily the best. I already know about Harbuck's wrong opinions.
Not only is it the best Star Wars movie, it's the only good Star Wars movie. That's my complete opinion.
Ouch!
So
my god.
Rise of Skywalker went from my number 2 to my last one.
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, I was gonna say it better be last because that's atrocious. Like, I don't know how it compares to like Phantom Menace or anything, but like I don't.
It's a weird Sword Art Online syndrome type situation where there are good parts in there that are pretty good. It's just that it's so buried under all this garbage. It's like Princess and the Pea, but worse.
Oh my god. Alpha just says, Vamp, you really need to watch more Disney Plus. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Disney Plus when I torrent Hamilton.
Be gay, do crimes. Be gay, do crimes.
Yeah.
Don't do drugs. Be gay, do crimes.
Exactly. A whole lot of crazy. I was in English class for a year, and my teacher forced everyone in class to watch all the original Star Wars movie. What the fuck?
How is that relevant even?
Like, that's...
Hero's Journey. Never mind.
I mean, Hero's Journey, but you don't need to watch all of them. You can start and stop at New Hope, because that encapsulates basically everything.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm hyped about Hamilton too. I am so glad the official thing is being released so then I can actually watch Hamilton. I have a bootleg, but I haven't watched it yet. So, cool. I've not seen Gravity Falls.
I've been trying to get you to watch Gravity Falls.
Yeah, you've been trying to get me into it.
I have the original cut of Gravity Falls without some of the voice changes.
Oh, there's voice changes?
Yeah, they took Louis C.K. out of it, and they changed some of the animation.
I see.
Louis C.K. did nothing wrong.
No.
Okay, so
showing your dick to someone like under under pressure is not okay.
It's not just under pressure. So, here's the thing that we expect of people. Ask permission. If they say no, then don't. If they tell you to stop, then stop. He did all of those things.
I don't know if it's quite cut and dry as that from things I've heard, but I can't articulate the things I've heard because it's been a while now. But from what I hear, it's not quite as cut and dry. And also the fact that he doesn't even seem to care everything about that.
Everything that I've seen about the reports of his behavior painted the picture of a guy who is surprisingly autistic. So, like somebody who cannot read a room other than when he's in front of a microphone, who has no sensitivity to the thoughts and feelings of people around him.
Well, but even after, it's been explained to him, he's gotten all this backlash, he still, he doesn't seem to, consider any of it as, basically it's just, it's all on everyone else. He did there's absolutely nothing on him or anything.
Did you,
to consider.
Where were you getting that?
I can't remember now. But basically, my understanding of it is just the Hollywood thing of, it's a famous guy who did it, so it's okay. People aren't calling for his cancellation still, so it's okay, we can have him in things now.
That's not my experience of it at all, but, this might be a difference in sources.
Maybe. And maybe it's because, he's getting lumped into, basically...
Patrick Swayze?
Basically everyone...
Was it Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, I think Patrick Swayze.
Yeah.
Or Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Same guy.
That's who you're thinking about. It's not the same guy. But basically how every man who's been called out in the Me Too movement has been able to bump back, except for, Kevin Spacey and Harvey Weinstein. Because, basically Hollywood decided, okay, you guys are going to be our scapegoats, and then everyone else, we can keep going on.
To be fair, Kevin Spacey did kind of handle it in the worst way possible.
Well, yeah, that's why it's okay, well, you can be our scapegoat, because we don't, it just makes sense to make you, the bad guy, whereas, with everyone else who's, had things, brought up about them, hey, this is actually a real problem, it's been oh, sure, okay.
I would like to see a Me Too list of people,
I'm sure one exists.
So that I could not participate in their stuff.
Yeah, because there's so many Me Too people. legit called out Me Too people who are still, doing just fine.
I would want, like, somebody who I trust to do the curation on that list, though, because,
definitely.
Now, I might even be wrong about Louis C.K., but I'm giving you what I heard as...
Yeah, no, I understand.
Like, not just what I heard in hearsay. I mean, like, there was several big threads that I read about the whole shebang of everything. And I just could not agree with the calls that people were making about him.
Yeah. It leads me into another thought that I had. Like, so I was listening to NPR recently, and they were talking about, the ad industry and how companies have certain keywords that they don't want their ads to be shown on.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people who, are saying, yeah, we support, Pride and LGBT people and Black Lives Matter people, they still have keywords blocked related to those shit.
Obviously. Of course, the whole thing is a psyop.
So yeah, definitely. So, in case anyone here is thinking, well, this brand openly says, hey, we're into black, we support Black Lives Matter, we support queer people, understand that, you need to do a lot more digging than what they say. Because it's very easy to say that, and then also turn around and tell, Facebook and YouTube and shit, hey, don't advertise our brand with queer people, because that would be a bad. It's so fucking slimy. That
Did you hear the news from yesterday?
What news?
Not all, but a bunch of major advertising firms, or people who are involved in the top level advertising industry, are boycotting Facebook. They're pulling all of their ads from Facebook.
I've noticed a lot of things have been pulling from Facebook, and I didn't know why.
And I mean big players like Unilever and Pepsi.
No, I saw that, and I think a couple other big players I saw on Twitter, and I have no idea why. I didn't know why that was a thing, but okay, fuck Facebook, but still,
Their cited reason is because of Facebook's unwillingness to clamp down on things like hate speech and fact-checking. What it probably actually is that the way that Facebook serves ads is...
Probably. It's more...
double-dipping.
It's probably more... I can't remember who or what said this, but more likely when these things happen, it's more because they're trying to leverage what they want in their contract negotiation to get Facebook to kowtow to what they want, rather than that they have a moral, objection to what Facebook is doing.
Well, Facebook doesn't treat your ads fairly, even if you're a large firm like Unilever.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm basically saying. They're trying to get more, a leverage in their negotiations, rather than they think Facebook is actually bad.
I suspect that Facebook is just not serving their ads the way that they want them to.
Probably. Okay.
Let's see.
Gravity, Dead Poets Society. Yeah, I watched that in high school. I need to rewatch it again to let you know how good that is. Is that with Disney's thing? I don't know.
Dead Poets Society?
Probably not.
Anything worth seeing is worth torrenting.
Yeah, I actually got to see a showing of Hamilton and got to meet Hamilton and Eliza, but it wasn't the original cast. That still sounds pretty awesome, dude. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Atypical is a good show that follows an autistic teenager overcoming his struggles. I would recommend to anyone. I've never seen Hamilton. Looking forward to it.
The criticism that I've seen of Atypical is that because he's the one autistic character, he has to have every symptom in all of the autistic spectrum.
Yeah, that's why I saw it too, and I don't think that's a good it's good that there's a show about someone on the autism spectrum, but yeah, it could use more.
It breaks the fiction a little bit.
You can say that sometimes about Degrassi, but then again, Degrassi is a mile long, so it has a lot more time to redo things. YouTube is particularly guilty about demonetizing anything LGBT. I can tell you that straight up. If I put gay in one of my tags, fucking demonetize, need a manual review automatically. Oh, woo!
Yeah.
ACAB, all corporations are bastards. Yes, they are. I need to start drinking water. I need to use the bathroom, too. Because I'm starting to feel sick.
Starting to feel sick, huh?
Yeah, and it's a good thing. I was considering breaking out another Truly, but it's a good thing I didn't. I'm capping off. I need to get water.
When you say answering 41 random questions, did you have a gimmick lined up?
I did.
We just haven't gotten to it yet.
Rose Nocturniala, this goth Lolita girl that I've been kind of watching. She did, I guess there's a 41 random questions tag somewhere that she she did a video about, and I was like, cool, that sounds like a cool topic for a stream. And so I've got the questions right fucking here, but we haven't had to go through any of them because you guys have been giving us all the content. See, you guys are the content. Like, I played you all. Fuck you. I'm making money off you guys, although I'm not making any money off you guys unless you
we did say fuck in the first couple minutes, and I just said fuck again.
Yeah.
Right there.
Fuck. I'm giving middle fingers. I'm going to the bathroom. Bye.
Okay. So this stream is probably demonetized, but just the fact that you guys are watching and like commenting and stuff is good for the stream health.
So just watching us, like, I don't care about getting any ad revenue from this, because I've long ago accepted that I'm not going to really make any money off of YouTube, but just watching this, it means a lot to me. Like,
Patreon or nothing.
I am so drunk right now that it seems like I'm not being genuine, but, like, just seeing how many people were watching and getting all this interaction from you guys means a fuck ton. I am so glad you guys are here, and yeah, thank you. If I can be, like, real for a moment, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bathroom, bye.
Okay. There was a NoFX album in 1999 called 45 or 46 songs that weren't good enough to be on our other albums. So the 41 random questions thing is... Oh, that's excellent. Oh, man. I wonder sometimes about, like, deep recording sessions. Like, I heard there's some band that was doing an interview on the radio back when I still listened to the radio. And basically they said... Yeah, we were recording stuff for this album, and then we took a step back at some point and realized that we had recorded 40 songs. So then we took the ones of those that we thought went together the best, and we made this album out of it. And the interviewer was like, so what about the other 35 songs? And or the other 30 some odd songs? And the guys were like, well, you know, don't worry about it. Let's see. A band called System of a Down. And that interview was on a show called Loveline. Huh. Was it actually? Like, I don't even know. It was a long time ago.
A long ass fucking time ago.
In a town called Pikekapoo. I know the lyrics to that song if you want me to sing it. Right.
I used to know it a little bit.
There was a NoFX album in 1999 called 45 or 46 songs that weren't good enough to be on our other albums. So the 41 random questions thing is a takeoff of that. All right.
Cool.
All right.
I love it.
Whole Lot of Crazy wants to add Dead Poet Society to the movie night suggestions. Maybe?
Okay. Maybe. Like, because...
We'll gauge interest when we're actually in movie night.
Yeah, especially because there is the guy that offs himself in that movie. So
yeah,
that will definitely be something to consider. We'll think about it.
Red Foreman's kid, not Eric.
Maybe
it's a reference to that '70s show.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
it's the
about.
Same actor.
Like, I don't remember it being the same actor. Then again, I watched it like before I knew who Red Foreman was. So
the dad is the same actor, right?
Yeah. Still, yeah. Okay. Same thing though. And that interview on a show called Loveline, I recall hearing that exact same interview. So either you heard the same one or.
Let me look up what the band was real quick.
Johnny Depp was affected. was a fact in my time the Me Too movement was proven he was not the abuse one relationship.
Yeah, it was his wife, actually, who was the aggressor in their
That's what I've heard. Like, he's got Johnny Depp has issues, but in the relationship, apparently his wife was the aggressor. That's what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
But he does have other issues, which makes him, like, kind of hard to work with. Well, I guess the stream is starting to, like, slow down. Seems a lot of people have left. We're only down to 10 now, and I mean, people are typing in the Discord, but it might be getting towards time to call it a day. I mean, Scooter's ready for bed, so that says something.
Godsmack. It was Godsmack.
I still can't believe they made Johnny Depp Grindelwald. Did they?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of these movies, and I had no idea about any of the casting. I just know the guy who's cute, who they cast as... Is his name Newt? Is he the main
Newt Scamander. Oh, man, you're going to love him.
Is he? I'm never going to watch these movies, though.
But they're the best Harry Potter media.
Are they, though?
Yes.
Are they?
Yes.
I don't care about them, though.
But...
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory remake was that... we're gonna have words, man. Excuse me. You better get your boxing gloves together, cause I will fight you on that.
We did watch we did watch Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory for one of our watch-alongs. That was
did
fun.
we?
Didn't we?
I think we did, but it feels like a fever dream.
Yeah, because like Faith was talking about how he's obviously a murderer.
Oh, we were talking about the chocolate, how it's rolling along the screen.
Yeah.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is way better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, don't at me because I will punch you in the face. No, I won't. J.K. Rowling is a fucking turf. You're right.
Yeah, that doesn't make me like Fantastic Beasts any less. I do dislike her, but it does not make me like that movie any less. Also, Crimes of Grimy Grunkelstan, the second movie is it has some serious problems with the story.
Yeah,
but I still it's still more good than bad.
Is it now? That's not.
I think so.
That's not.
I watched the Jenny Nicholson video about it, and I disagreed with most of what she had to say.
Yeah, my only understanding comes from the Jenny Nicholson video, so...
There's a lot that I don't like about that.
I knew the remake before the original. I still like the original better. Yeah, he gets me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear what your takes are on that in the form of an analytical YouTube video.
Yeah. So Ellie, make a YouTube video.
Or like a podcast or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So, 41 questions. Can you even do 41 questions right now?
I can do it, but like the question is, do people want me to do it?
All right.
Like,
everybody who's still alive, vote.
Like, should I just save this for next stream, or should we just fuck any like guise of having a topic or something for these streams?
I mean, I like the 41 random questions topic.
I like the idea of it, but then it's also like people seem to just like want to ask questions, so it's like, well, would they rather it just be a questions cast?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Oh,
that's just a statement.
Yeah,
that's not a line of reasoning.
Yeah,
like you're just saying stuff.
That doesn't explain why you think the original is garbage. Like, what is wrong with it?
For everything.
What is wrong with it that the original, that the remake does right? I want to understand that.
Yeah, we can summarize everything that you've said to us so far as new good, old bad.
Yeah. Lost King says, I mean, just hanging out is pretty fun. So, okay, we can just do questions and, like, just hang out some more.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just go down the list until I feel like we're done. So.
Do you like blue cheese?
No. Fuck blue cheese.
What about
Well, actually, so it's been so many years since I've decided fuck blue cheese that I can no longer remember why, but fuck blue cheese.
All right.
That's where I land on that.
Coke or Pepsi?
I'll be a centrist in this and say, both are kind of good. I like both of them. And yes, I can taste the difference.
Yeah.
Like, I guess I lean a little bit more towards Coke because Coke just feels more default to me, whereas Pepsi is the different one. But, like, you know, I don't mind the Pepsi taste. It's just more like, oh yeah, that tastes like Pepsi.
So, I'm so into Coke that there was this one time at my school science fair where somebody was like, I wanted to see if people could actually tell sodas apart. And they handed me a platter. And I took a shot of each one and was like, this is regular Coke, this is Diet Coke, this is Coke C2, this is Coke Zero, this is Vanilla Coke, Royal Crown, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. Got 100%.
Nice.
I'm really into Coke, specifically Diet Coke. But I'm actually going to like pull a surprise twist here and split my vote. My regular consumption is Diet Coke, but I also like throwback Pepsi. Although the finest of them is the feisty cherry Diet Coke. It is the whiskey of sodas. Because it takes the cola nut flavor and really cranks it up. Like, pure cola nut flavor is hard stuff to take. And I like it.
I just realized I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying until, like, the last bit of it. No, I understand what you're saying. Like, I was able to retrofit it, but it's also like I'm ashamed because I wasn't paying attention.
So now you've had the experience of being a dude for a little while, just like having a stroke in the middle of when somebody is talking.
Thank God I was born with ovaries. I mean, periods are bad, but still. If you're going to hang out anymore, you might as well hang out in this Discord because everyone who's watching is in Discord right now. That's what it seems like. So, like, we're still watching the YouTube chat, but the YouTube chat is basically dead. So.
Yeah.
Also, I could argue my hatred for the original Charlie and Chocolate Factory, whatever, Willy Wonka right here, right now. If you want to, sure, we can talk about that. I always thought the whole Willy Wonka likes chocolate because his dad is a dentist who hated candy was really dumb. Yes. Agree. Like,
is that even is that a detail in the book?
I don't even know. I don't know the book. Like,
the book is different. The book is also way more colonial.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, the Oompa Loompas are considerably more problematic in the book.
I see. Okay. Hated the grandpa, though. You should look into Grandpa Joe hate.
Man,
yeah.
We were hating Grandpa Joe all throughout that stream.
I mean,
like, I
wasn't throughout all the stream, but, like, after a certain point, I was like, okay, I see now. Do you know that Pepsi does better in blind taste tests because people want more sweetness in their first sip but want less sweetness overall, which is why Coke sells more.
Coke also has a much better marketing machine.
Yeah. I will admit, Charlie in the remake could try out for the role of Jesus Christ. He's so quite pretentious, but other than the new one has leagues above the old one. Mainly the big deal about the old one is that it's just really boring. The biggest crime is that it has all these great ideas, never fully exploring them, and then goes past everything way too quickly, tries to shove a false moral right up your ass. At least the new version has character development for the actual Willy Wonka character, and at least set design is interesting. They attempted more than one music genre and actually succeeded. So better visuals, better character development, followed the book far closer and took on more genres of music. So I understand that the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory does follow the book more.
Wilcome back, Nina.
Hey, what's up, Nina? What's up?
The character development is bad, though.
Yeah, the character development is bad because basically, Willy Wonka is like, oh, the problem, like, it focuses way too much on Willy Wonka, to be honest. Because, like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but Charlie is just the perfect little boy. Whereas in the original, it's like, Charlie isn't perfect. He makes mistakes. He and Grandpa Joe sips that bubbly and, does exactly what Willy Wonka doesn't want him to do. But the thing that makes Charlie special isn't that he's the perfect little boy, but instead that he makes mistakes, and he also not only like recognizes that they're mistakes, but also is like he's the only one who turns in his everlasting gobstopple. He's the only one who doesn't immediately go to Slugsworth like after being told that he's getting nothing.
Part of the point is that the true test of character is, are you willing to stick to your principles when it doesn't benefit you?
Yeah, basically, are you only out for yourself, or do you recognize, like, do you want to do good for others? Like, do you stand by what you believe in when it's inconvenient for you? That's what makes Charlie worthy of the chocolate factory. Not that he's a good little boy who can solve Willy Wonka's daddy issues.
I also don't like casting Willy Wonka as just a loony psychopath, as opposed to the
eccentric
who's always in control of his situation and always knows what's going on.
Yeah, I like that way better because it leans more into like how this was obviously, all this craziness was just a test. Like, I'm sure Willy Wonka at home is very different from the Willy Wonka we saw in the film, because he needed to put, like, he was leaning into like his like natural eccentricities, but also he was also leaning into it for a reason, so that he can put off all the normies and all the bullshit that he knew he'd have to deal with in finding a successor to his factory, because he wanted to make sure he left his factory, his chocolate, his empire to someone he can trust. Not just any person who would destroy his legacy and everything he built. He wanted to make sure the Oompa Loompas would be left in good hands. And the only way to do that would be to basically turn off all the normies and get rid of all the people who would just be everything he doesn't like in the world. Be everything that caused him to close his factory.
Alka just says, I like how much of an asshole the Gene Wilder Wonka was in the original.
Yeah.
Well, yes, he was kind of a dick. He was a dick in a very specific way.
He wasn't was a just dick for a purpose, though.
He wasn't just, like, out of touch.
Yeah, he wasn't out of touch. He knew what he was doing. He just didn't care. He didn't care about what normal society wanted him to be. And that was the point. Because he didn't want to attract people who would be inclined to subscribe to normal society. He wanted someone who was honest and someone who understood basically someone who was like him. Someone who understood right and wrong, not just in terms of what is convenient. Like, that's also why I like Charlie a lot more in the original, because Charlie is shown as, he's not just the perfect little, poor boy, but, he's got a heart of gold. Like, yeah, he's got a heart of gold, but he's also tired of being poor. He knows his lot in life sucks, but he's also trying to make the best of it, while also understanding that it sucks to make the best of it. It sucks to be poor, okay? Like, when will I get, like, I'm doing all the things I'm told is right. When will I get my due?
Because you're not playing the real game.
Yeah, exactly. Like, when you're poor, you're just told to be good and just be the best,
be the best
person you can, and then you'll just be rewarded.
All right, I want to address Ellie's thing here. Willy Wonka being in complete control plays into the daddy knows best old school bullshit that we had forced down our throats for our entire lives. The entire point of the remake was trying to show that daddy doesn't know best, and that the idea and attitude of that mentality will fuck things up. The reason it's more comfortable for people is because they think less, and it encourages you to... I disagree.
I disagree.
For the simple reason that there's two adults that don't suck ass in that movie. Charlie's mom and Willy Wonka. Every other figure of power, especially male power, in Charlie's life is the fucking worst.
I don't know about Grandpa Joe in the Charlie and Chocolate Factory, because I feel like he has, like, just by the sheer, like, just the focus of the movie, he has basically no role in it other than he's just there. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But like the teacher and Grandpa Joe both fucking suck.
Like, yeah, there's a lot more done in the original to show that, like, adults suck. than in the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka isn't the parental figure here. Grandpa Joe is.
Grandpa Joe is. The teacher is. Basically, most of the adults in Charlie's life suck. So I don't the daddy knows best thing is not that's not even relevant to Charlie at all until he meets Willy Wonka and tries to solve Willy Wonka's problems. Because the only one who it's relevant to is Willy Wonka.
The Gene Wilder Willy Wonka hates adults too. That was the point of the test.
Exactly. He wants to find someone who's not going to grow up to be the adults that he hates. He wants to find someone who's going to grow up to be like him. And to understand what he's going for and wants for his factory.
And every other adult that you see coming along is exactly the thing that Willy Wonka was afraid of.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want a normie bastard who's going to businessize and normieize what he's going for. Mm-hmm.
Because he makes a good point, most people will act that way because most people are rotten.
Yeah, exactly.
I did like Grandpa Joe's song in the original. I'm not saying it doesn't have its redeeming qualities. I'm just saying the remake is far better.
I think you're reading more into the remake than was ever intended or that actually exists in it. Because there's no, fuck adults, sentiment in it that there is in the original.
All right, let's scroll up here because I want to read the other things that were said that were good about it. Let's see. Oh yeah, all of this stuff about ideas that it never explores. It's a really dense movie.
It's a dense movie, and I like it because it doesn't need to explore it. It gives you nuggets to think about yourself, and I think that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping off points for imagination in that movie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Character set design's more interesting. I can't speak to the music anymore because I don't know how well that aged. There were a couple of songs in there that were just vaguely contemporary, you know?
Yeah.
I'd like to. You're making me want to watch it again. Largely despite you.
Yeah.
No offense.
Yeah.
Minor offense.
Yeah.
Grandpa Joe was very manipulating. Why was it that he never got out of bed for 20 years and suddenly started singing and dancing? Wouldn't Entropy fans bet sores? Yeah, we talked about that in our watch-along.
We did talk about it. I'm willing to say, Magical World. You just... Basically, what you need to be happy. You need to find a purpose. So, I guess the fact that his old body wouldn't work, basically prevented him from doing anything else. Mm-hmm. He wasn't able to hold down a regular job, so it was well, fuck, my entire life is pointless. But now that's wait, my grandson wants me to come to this factory for him. I need to get better, so then I can do this. This is my purpose in life now.
Yeah, that was the one thing where people are I bet he's just, being lazy. I didn't think that when we watched it.
No, I didn't, I can see the argument for it, but I think I can also see it as,
I don't think it holds up to scrutiny.
Yeah, I can also see it as, he effectively has no reason to get out of bed anymore, especially if, he's considered not useful to society because he can't hold down a regular job.
There's other very problematic things about the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which, as I remember, one of the plot lines in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is you're being outmoded from a job and you get to be the one who fixes the machines that replace you.
Well, yeah.
But the problem is that's not a solution for anybody but the one person who gets into that job. It's not an equal number of jobs in repair are being created. This is still a reduction in labor, and you happen to be missed by it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, you go from a bunch of people working an assembly line to a couple people maintaining the machine that replaces a bunch of people.
Yeah, that's driving toward the automation crash. And I also don't think that the daddy knows best morality, I think that assertion doesn't hold up in the actual film.
No, I don't think so. If anywhere, the original really goes against it by showing just how bullshit adults are. They're basically a bunch of little kids that never really grew up.
Yeah.
But you just said it right there. The adults suck in the movies. That was the point in the first place. Daddy Doesn't Know Best was the original moral in the first place. That's why the remake gets so much more right. I don't think I understand, because like, it's very different to take it from the only evil in the world is Willy Wonka's dad. Like, it's different to put all the evil in the world to Willy Wonka's dad, where he's...
Good night,
like,
Alphagist.
Good night, Alphagist. Where he's, like, the main force of bad in the world, whereas, like, the other bad in the world is just nebulous, and every other adult is, like, vaguely good.
I just realized that the G doesn't come before the J in Alphagist. It's probably just Alphagist.
Whatever, who cares?
Alphagist?
Like, well...
Alphagist.
Alphagist hasn't, like, corrected us. Like, if this matters to you, like, let us know. But, yeah, basically, it's very different from, like, the world is in general, like, adults are generally flawed in some way, to, you can blame a specific handful of adults for being bad, whereas the rest of the adult figures in Charlie's lives are good. Like, his mom and dad are perfect peanuts. Grandpa Joe, there's not really much to be mad about for him. Charlie's like, family is just all wonderful. And then, like, the only adults who are bad are, like, Willy Wonka's dad, but Willy Wonka's dad comes around eventually in the end. And then, like, the parents of the other 4 children, but, you know, we're supposed to already hate the other 4 children and their parents, so who cares? Who cares? It's very different from the world in general is kind of bad.
JJ in Friends Highland
Hey, what's up?
says, wow, this is still going on? I guess you're making up for starting late. Yeah.
Okay, to be fair, if we really want to fight about this, I only started 5 minutes late, okay? Get off my back. No, we're cool. We cool, dude.
Yeah.
We cool.
I think we could go more into the Willy Wonka versus Charlie debate after rewatching Charlie.
Yeah,
and the Chocolate
I think we
Factory.
definitely need to rewatch it, because, like, maybe I haven't seen it in such a long time, but I think it's worth, like, I want to try to understand, and I think I'll only get that through rewatching. Also, I think it's about time to actually stop.
Because it's 1 a.m.
It's 1 a.m. We're only down to 8 viewers, and I don't think anyone's going to care if we get into the actual 41 questions.
Yeah, we should schedule that as the next stream.
Yeah, so here, first we're going to, like, rename this. Oh, fuck, how do I rename this? Fuck, how do I rename this?
I don't remember anymore. Is it? It's not there. Make it big.
There's got to be an edit somewhere.
Make it big. There is an edit. I've seen you change the title before.
I know.
There it is.
There it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so...
Q&A stream?
No.
Just answering questions. There's a W in answering.
I tried to type it, just saying.
Drunk types from Vamp.
How do you spell answering again?
Answer.
Okay, that's what I thought. No, that's not right.
ANS were.
That's what
YouTube
YouTube says, so no. You said ANS word after I typed. So don't blame me. You said there's a W somewhere, so I put W somewhere. Okay. And you only said how it's actually spelled after I used the correct.
Keyblade says, I'm gay.
Hey, so am I. Welcome to the club. Hey, what's up, guys?
This is one of my boys.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm gay too, so, like, you're in good company.
How you doing, bro? How much of our ranting have you been party to?
Yeah. Has this been good? Like, any pointers? Lost King says, see you guys later. Gonna hang out with my wife. Rub it in, why don't ya?
Rough.
Yeah. Have fun. You guys are cute.
Keyblade says, I'm gay. Again.
I totally understand. Thank you for the insight. Okay. Alright, so I think it's time to wrap this mother up.
Alrighty.
thank you all for joining us. It's been fun. We've been going on for almost 3 hours. Should we wait until it hits the 3 hours mark? Because, silly things.
You mean like tread water for the last 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Just so we can... Okay,
it's probably a bad idea.
So, open the image search and
No, actually, I don't care. Let's end this. I'm done.
Well, I was gonna ask. Well, teach us your taste in tits.
I don't want to be super demonetized. Like basically with tits, like I guess I haven't really.
Which tits best?
I haven't
tits?
really experienced small
wait.
ones. Like small ones are cool.
Tits or ass?
Tits, definitely. Fuck ass. No, don't even fuck ass. Like, get that shit out of my house, man. Like, ass is disgusting. Like, no, I am fully a tits person. Like, I don't understand anyone who can be into ass, okay? Just saying. Like, tits is entirely where it's ass. Nothing below the belt, man.
Tits is entirely where it's ass?
Exactly,
Way to go.
Exactly. Like, I didn't even do that on purpose. But yeah, tits entirely. Like, my one experience with a feminine person, showed me that I'm entirely into tits.
All right, Keyblade says, I am strawberry shortcake. I think he might also be drunk. He joined you.
I'm strawberry shortcake. You're go.
It's
okay,
a reference to things that are not public.
I disagree. You're gay. So tits entirely, like small ones I haven't really had experience with. I guess I don't want them super big. Basically as big as mine, which I guess is... Yours are pretty big. Which is weird because I don't see myself as having big tits.
But you are though.
Yeah, I know, and it's weird. Yeah, like I recognize I have big tits lately, but like, it's still
no, going all the way back.
No. I know going all the way back, but I've only been able to recognize it lately.
Okay.
Like,
that makes more sense.
Trying to sleep on my stomach is like, wow, my boobs actually get in the way. Like, I actually have to work around these things, man.
So there's this comic called Busty Girl Problems. Where, like, I think it deserves a read. I think you might get something out of that.
I probably would, yeah, because I can relate to... I don't have the biggest tits. Like, I don't have nearly as big a tits as one of my friends from high school.
Keyblade says sweating because not actually gay.
Oh, no! You gotta be gay, man. You said you're gay! Hey, what's up, YouTube and Jaguar? What's up? I haven't seen you in a while. Ellie says it's weird hearing about not a tits. I know, yeah, because that's another thing I usually don't talk about. But it's also like, I want to be the kind of person who talks about this shit. So, yeah.
You want to be the kind of person who talks about this tit.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so, I don't, like, I guess, if we're only going by cups, like, C-cup. Like,
cup is such a useless term.
I know, but like the general, like, normie understanding of cup, C-cup.
But the normie understanding of C-cup of any cup is wrong.
I know, but that's the best way I have to describe it. Okay, I don't have language.
Actually, Keyblade says I actually have this token straight roll on my server with Tarbuck. Also use fruits to describe. Use fruits to describe boobs. Okay. So
if ass is peaches, then I guess boobs...
No. I mean like actual size, not shape.
Oh.
Like
what?
Like apple, or cantaloupe, or.
Cantaloupe is way too big.
Cantaloupe is way too big.
It's not a pear because pears are too small too.
Pears are too small.
Well, no. Pear and apple are like the smallest I'd go, I think.
Mango.
But.
Mango.
How big is a mango? I've never...
Yes, you have. I used to eat mangoes all the time. This is a mango.
Okay, I guess I got a mango. So, between mango and apple, I guess.
As far as your taste?
Yeah, because, like, I want a little bit of boob. Like, I'm okay with androgynous people. Like, that's fine. As long as
I know that's your real
As long as there's
opinion,
no dick attached. That's cool.
As long as there's no dick attached. I see how it is.
But, I also don't like anything below the belt, so who cares, kind of. Like,
People only exist from the waist up.
Exactly. Cantaloupe is not perfect. No, that is like way too fucking big. You are going into balloon boob territory, man.
Cantaloupes are like the size of your fucking head.
I know, right? I mean, you know, I'm not shaming anyone who's into that or who has that. But for me personally, I don't need you to be balloon big to be, you know, aesthetic.
Yeah, I personally have like broad tastes. Get it? Broad. Bra. ED.
Why am I talking about boobs?
Because I was stalling for the last 2 minutes and now we're over 3 hours.
Congratulations. 3 hours and 4 minutes. Okay, I think it's time to go. I think we're done here.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for the boob chat. Next time we'll talk about like watermelon versus cantaloupe.
YouTubing Jaguar says Apple works nicely for me. Yo, Apple is a really good place to be in.
I think so.
Is it like a Honeycrisp apple or is it like a Jonah Gold apple?
Keylight says I'm gay.
Gala apple.
I agree. I'm gay too. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for the contribution.
I'm gay.
All right.
You gotta.
I'm gay.
There you go. You did the iDubbbz. Did you know that was iDubbbz, by the way?
I had no idea where that came from. All right.
All right.
Time to go.
See ya.
I'm gay.